Hello, my internet fans. It's me, Statboy Mike, and I would like to welcome you to this week's installment of Throwback Thursday. The Casa D18 Studios Channel continues to sort through the archives of the Jeff Meacham Network, the Simple Man brand, JH95 FTW, NoDQ.com, and the Casa Channel in order to bring you classic content that you may not have seen in a long time, if ever. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's Throwback Thursdays offering. I love you all. Statboy out.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
It's out of my hands, but I'm still in control. It's out of my hands. You can never take away the power of my soul.
Scan the QR codes to see what's upcoming for FTW Productions and what's available on demand right now. Owen the Talkinator Studios series premiere of Owen and AJ Talks. Welcome to the FTW family, Zero Miller. Shared experiences re-airing on the new FTW main hub. All retro wrestling review series videos on demand and upcoming. The Wrestling Rundown makes its return, available now on demand. Fantasy Booking Series video, If Goldberg Stayed in WWE in 2004. Pride CAW Supercard by Zero Entertainment. All of A Simple Man's Brand's Simply Predicting panels. Both episodes of The Don DeMarco Show. AEW Spark, WWE Aftershock, every show week by week. Indy Force Episode 26, available now on demand. Jeff Meacham Network, all watch-along events. AEW Double or Nothing Dynamite Go Home Show Watch Party, available now on demand. A Simple Take, WWE Simple Takes featuring Casa D18 Studios. Super Mario Bros. Z voice acting, Episode 3 coming soon. Breaking news, ATW View Impromptu, WYW Intro and Immortal Stream. Wrestling with Idiocy Episode 8, Fast Food and Restaurants discussion. Plugs have concluded. On to the video.
Casa D18 Studios, an affiliate of the Jeff Meacham Network, Multiverse of Media, proudly presents this retro content from J. Hebert Studios.
The following program contains strong language that is not suitable for young children. Viewer discretion is advised. In 2019, Michael X won the Wrestling Rundown Championship, taking the world by storm. But then, the virus attacked. These men promptly escaped from mental insanity by talking about the nerdiest shit on the internet, filmed in the Massachusetts Underground. Today, still wanted by the people of YouTube, they survive as nerds, weebs, and dorks of fortune. If you have an obsession, if no one else can talk, and if you can subscribe to them, maybe you can hire the Indy Force.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Indy Force Podcast for nerds, weebs, and dorks of fortune. Oh, we got a great one to kick this one off. Why is it that we always start with a rant? I swear, like the last 4 episodes.
To be fair, you put it in there.
Yeah. Yes, I did.
Yeah. Nobody else's bullshit but you.
Alright. Well, so the reason why I didn't think we'd even have to cover this again, or we'll get to that later. It's actually a 2-part problem. So the first part is the goddamn DCMA getting
back at it again.
Out of control now. Again, with these content takedowns. And I actually have a video from Scarce that's gonna be able to explain that a little better than I can. And of course, there's a freaking ad keeping me from doing that. Like, as I should have probably had this ready, but at this point I was trying to get everybody on here. But yeah, long story short of it is, YouTube wasn't enough for the DCMA, so now they're trying to content flag and mass flag content creators on Twitch. And
what a wonderful community.
Yeah.
So stunning, so brave. Wow.
Yep.
So smart, so tactical, so mentally handicapped? Who would have guessed? Mentally handicapped morons are deciding to make it not fun for anybody anymore. Who would have fucking guessed?
So, Casey? Yes, go ahead.
No, I would have guessed.
He's raising his hand because, yeah, he knows. At this point, he's been around WYW long enough to know that the DCMA are full of absolute cunts.
Not even just WYW. I've been on YouTube for 12 years.
And you've gotten...
Trust me, I know how this goes.
Yep. So let's get started with this little story by Scarce, our boy, which, by the way, congratulations to Scarce for hitting 3 million subscribers. So that's a huge milestone for him, especially considering the fact he said he'd get healthy, which he is now. So congrats to him.
Can he give me money?
Nice.
Can he fund the Indy Force?
A lot more serious. This comes from Twitch. Now, I'm sure many of you know that many Twitch streamers recently have been complaining. They've been complaining that their Twitch clips and other content on their channels have been getting taken down by DMCA takedowns here because they've used copyright music. And it looks like for some reason, this just started happening over the last few days. And Twitch support tweeted this out yesterday. They said, this week we've seen a sudden influx of DMCA takedown requests for clips with the background music from 2017 to 2019. If you're unsure about rights to audio in past streams, we advise removing those clips. We know many of you have large archives, and we're working to make this easier. This is the first time we receive mass DMCA claims against clips. We understand this has been stressful for affected creators, and we are working on solutions, including examining how we can give you more control over your clips. So it looks like Twitch's guidelines weren't actually changed here, but what happened is that they have now gotten mass DMCA takedown requests from large companies. Now, I'm pretty...
Which basically means that DCMA and these fucking record labels were like,
Now, here's the problem with that. Let me ask you boys a question. What is the most popular game from 2017 to 2019 that would have music in it?
Overwatch?
No, good guess, but no.
Fortnite?
No, Fortnite actually doesn't have any music in there that would be considered traceable. It's actually a really big game that is still being played today with one of the biggest online communities out there.
Yep.
Smash?
No. You boys and girls, everybody forgets it, but you shouldn't. Grand Theft Auto 5 has all third-party music.
Yep.
And the fact that you're getting in trouble for that, it's like, it's in the fucking game.
Yep.
Grand Theft Auto is one of the biggest titles in the world, one of the best-selling games of all time.
One of the biggest pieces of free promotion on the planet.
So free that
not exactly.
it as free.
Not free promotion because they gotta give a huge amount of money. But so many people are playing it, it may as well be free promotion.
To the point, by the way, and to your point, Case, how many games do we know about that have copyrighted music? And I'll stop screen sharing for a minute. The amount of copyright music that they sign off on. Now, here's the problem with this, and this is the problem I've always had with the DCMA, and this is the problem I've always had with record labels just mass flagging shit. If you pay for the song, you should not have to pay a god-awful amounts of money to use the right for that song. You pay for the song. You have the right to use that song, period. That should be how it goes. The fact that these big companies now are getting are able to pay for the rights, but yet the content creator that does streams and videos who buys your game then starts getting mass flagged, that's a fucking problem. That's a big fucking problem. This includes NBA 2K, WWE 2K, EA Sports, Grand Theft Auto, all these fucking games have these third-party content bullshit going on.
And the whole thing is with a game like Mortal Kombat, my ass. A game like Grand Theft Auto, the major differentiation is that it's supposed to set you into the world. The music's supposed to represent the time period that you're in. I mean, can you name another gaming franchise that has fucking Kenny Loggins as the goddamn...
It's a song, basically, in the game.
On top of my head. No, he's the disc jockey that's in game. He is one of the disc jockeys that's in the goddamn game playing his own music, which is even funnier.
Yeah. This is what will make no sense and it will never make sense. I hate copyright law for that reason.
And further to Mike's point, Grand Theft Auto 4 did that as well.
Yep.
Iggy Pop playing his own music.
Exactly, and it's one of those things of the artist is in this. It's more the fact that the company has paid for all this licensed music for this game. They're still paying for it because of the fact that they have all these online modes now. You cannot just sit there and say, go fuck yourself.
If you pay for a song, you have rights to it, period. This takes care of the problem. The only reason they don't want to do that is because the record labels then don't make fucking money. That's the only reason they do it.
You can't listen. You can get the entire soundtrack of GTA 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and and 3 and Vice City and San Andreas all at the same time because people have recorded all the music that's in there to put them on a playlist of all the stuff that's in game. But that's not taking away from the goddamn content creator. Sorry that Rihanna can't fucking make her 14th edition of the same album she released 20 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Or any of these other artists who are banking off these songs from 20, 30, 40 years ago. I understand that it sucks, but it's a new generation of stuff. That's why there's music platforms like Spotify and all these other music websites specifically for the music creator to make more money.
Yeah, exactly.
But to sit there and go, oh, you have a big Twitch following? And
let me fuck with that, basically. That's what they're saying.
Let me fuck with your money. Let me fuck with your money because you're playing games that have our music in it, or just using it for comedic effect, or using it to deliver a point.
Yep. And that's the dumbest part about that. Anyway, we'll continue with this.
Takedown requests from large companies. Now, I'm pretty sure I know who some of these companies are because many streamers have complained about this with their videos getting taken down by
And we know too
them, but I'm not going to accuse any specific company of trying to mass take down streamers' videos. The thing is here is a lot of streamers are upset over this because now they have to go through thousands of VODs and clips and delete everything with copyrighted content. I mean, this is taking so long for some streamers to actually go through this and do this. Now, the streamer known as Jake and Bake responded here saying you need to implement the same feature that VODs have where it's muted when copyrighted works are detected into clips. There are individuals that have created bots that can scan and detect copyrighted works and flag them. Why can't Twitch do this? Now, the streamer known as DMP...
Before I get to DMP3, here's the problem. They shouldn't even have to do that. That's the biggest problem with that.
Listen, just because one company or a set of companies or one specific company wants to
Atlantic Records
wants to specifically attack streamers and YouTubers and all these other people out there because of the fact that they aren't making the amount of money that they thought they would because they are signing these talents from years ago or have them under their record label.
Yep.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Literally, go fuck yourself.
It's not.
By the way, if you want to come after us and sue us, go right the hell ahead. You ain't gonna get shit from us. We're broke.
Yeah, we're broke as hell.
Yeah.
Like this shit is so ridiculous.
You may take down our channels, but you will never silence us.
Yeah,
Agreed.
No. Fuck you. Fuck you,
No
DCA, and fuck you, record labels that do this
And I'll
shit.
say this right now. If they attempt to try to take down any of the videos of WIW, I can't wait to tell them that we'll just restart a new channel. It's not that fucking hard to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's really
all we
not
need
that
is just a camera and a computer, and that's it.
Yep. I have no problem. I have no problem doing that. So yeah, keep trying. Keep trying.
And we're not. That's the whole thing. We are a channel that is not making money. Specifically, WYW and James's separate channel are not making any fucking money.
Nope.
They are marked to not make any money, to not have any commercial value, but he has the right to use third-party music and not make profit off of it. Using it either under a satire or using it to enhance a mood. If you are sitting there and saying that it doesn't matter, go fuck yourself, it's our money, well, here's the problem for you. Then why didn't you attack all the people, 10 years ago when iTunes first came out and everybody was just stealing all the music?
How about all the GMVs and AMVs that were made in the early 2000s when YouTube, or no, the late 2000s when YouTube first got off the fucking ground? My point.
So,
you found a way to make more money. You found a way to be greedy. So fuck everybody else. That's what that comes down to.
To pull an example, a really good one. Do any of you remember Smosh's Pokemon fucking rip where they lip synced?
Yep.
Vaguely.
That's gone. A video that was one of the first big videos on YouTube. Literally the biggest video on YouTube at its time.
Because of the CMA and record labels. Gone.
22 million views over the course of just a couple weeks. That's what that video obtained in 2006, nevertheless. And to sit there and go, it's gone. It's like, that's a piece of history that you're deleting.
Yep.
That's a big piece of history.
I believe you could still find it on the Smosh website. I believe it still exists, but it's not on YouTube anymore.
It's not on YouTube. One of the first big popular videos on YouTube doesn't exist anymore.
Yep.
Thing that started Smosh as what they are.
That started YouTube.
One of the videos
launched YouTube into a stratosphere of where we're at now. It was the building block of building blocks. It was the foundation.
That's like going, hey, James Rolfe, also known as the Angry Video Game Nerd, who's been on this platform since 2005.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
And by the way, it doesn't get any better. I'd like to continue with the history of YouTube when it comes to like where was the DCMA back then, but he pretty much covers it. This is about Twitch, not just YouTube. This is now Twitch they're going after.
Can't Twitch do this? Now, the streamer known as DMP3 tweeted at Twitch here saying, since these are extraordinary circumstances, I'm hoping that you will increase the number of DMCA strikes on streamers that are allowed while you have to put a fix in place. No streamer should be scared about losing their career because some record label decided to snap. He then tweeted out here saying, getting upset about the DMCA strikes going on. Today I'm going to work on a script that helps all streamers clean up their clips, since Twitch doesn't have a delete all button. So you have streamers themselves actually trying to come up with features for streamers to be able to mass delete clips. The streamer XQC tweeted out here saying the internet has evolved and we need DMCA to change and be rewritten. Give the people what they want, fix the policies.
Yes. Fucking men. Amen. Can we get a round of applause for whoever that guy was? Fucking men for that one. Freaking men. Amen.
I will not applaud, for I have two hands on a controller like a true gamer should be.
No shit.
Respect them.
All right, what's this guy's name?
XQC.
Yeah, follow that guy because that guy absolutely.
You know what? I'm gonna go get something to toast this man with. 1 second.
There you go. Go ahead and do that. I'm gonna keep playing it.
What they want, fix the policies. Nightblue 3 tweeted here saying, why are labels issuing DMCA on Twitch clips? Twitch clips don't generate revenue and nobody Twitch streams into your specific song. This is purely discoverability for your music. Will game publishers start issuing strikes for streaming their games too?
Yep. Exactly, guy. Exactly.
Now, a well-known attorney in the community known as Video Game Attorney tweeted this out. He says, Twitch did not change. The law did not change. Just the law we've been warning you.
Okay. So, Video Game Attorney, who's a very, very good attorney for YouTubers and Twitch streamers alike. This is what he had to say, and he put in a really sad but true point here.
This out. He says Twitch did not change. The law did not change. Just the law we've been warning you about for years is now being enforced by record labels. You can be angry, but point your anger at the right people. Fair use defense, not a right. Streaming content with music playing in the background is arguably fair use. However, Twitch doesn't get to decide that, neither do you. Only a judge and jury can, and that's a very expensive dice roll.
And that in lies the fucking problem.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, if
Fair
a
use,
game
I'm
already has...
I'm gonna quote that first line, that first sentence. Fair use is a defense, not a right. So even if you transform your content, or say if out of an 8-hour stream like our show was, you use a minute and 20 minutes of a third-party song, but the audio's distorted, and it sounds like it's in an arena, like a UFC fight would be, and you have that happen. Even if you make all the video editations to it, even if you do an AMV, a GMV, doesn't matter, because it's, as he said, it's a very expensive dice roll, because you would literally have to take it up with the fucking courts, which is stupid. It's so dumb. At that point, you might as well just say, well, nobody can use any kind of music then. And if gaming companies can use these third-party musics, why the hell can't the content creator? As my point still stands on that. Anyway, let's finish up the rest of this story.
So what do I recommend? Fight for policy change at a legislative level. There are much more important issues going on in society right now, obviously, but the DMCA process needs a rewrite with where the internet is.
Yep. Absolutely. This is what
now I'm toasting two people. XQC, video game attorney. This one's for you guys.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
It's a simple process. That's all it takes. I'll explain it really simplistically. If these record companies have the ability to attack Twitch streamers, YouTubers, or content creators as a whole, then what's the fucking point of promoting anymore?
Yeah, exactly.
What's the point?
And not to mention the fact, people
that mean
that are with a label, the label should not hold on. The label should not have full control of what they can mass flag or not. That should be talked over
between the artists and the content creators.
Exactly. That should be talked over. We're going to get to that in a minute with this story.
Most streamers are 100% infringing. That needs to change. Okay, so this is obviously a huge deal, and it's affecting all of your favorite Twitch streamers. But the head of creator development at Twitch, known as DJ Wheat, went on a stream yesterday and talked to an attorney known as Noah Downs. And this guy says here that he thinks that there is actually going to be a live monitoring system that's in the works right now, and it's actually going to monitor streamers' streams while they are still live. So your stream could get taken down while you're live if you accidentally play copyrighted music.
What's interesting here and important to note, and this is where your tinfoil hats are going to come on, is that there is actually a company out there, and I believe I mentioned this to you yesterday. There's a company out there that's monitoring most streams on Twitch, and its two big investors include Universal Music Group, and I think.
Why am I not shocked that Universal Music Group is a part of that bullshit? Why am I not shocked?
Nobody is.
Oh
you
my
see,
God.
That's the whole thing. There is no such thing as freedom. There is no freedom anymore when it comes to what you try to provide. I'll give an example. I'll give a really good example. Angry Joe. Yes, I know some people out there may not be a big fan of the gentleman and may be a really big fan of the gentleman, but hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
Joe had 1 second of a song play, less than 1 second of the song in the entire video that he spent a month creating. Wasn't taken down, but was unmonetizable. For a second of a song. Go fuck yourself.
That's unbelievable.
A second of a song.
That's
not a whole portion, not 30 seconds like most things would be, because that's under fair use. Is 30 seconds of a song is under the fair use concept. But
which, by the way, what is the fair use concept? Because before, and back in the day, when this was fucking invented, it would be, if it's not throughout the entire video, it's fair use. So that means if your video was like 10 minutes long and a certain percentage of that had was under, and you were under that percentage of using that song, it was under free use. Or you could use the full thing if you transform the content. So where are we now? Because clearly the law keeps changing, and the law doesn't favor the content creators. It favors the goddamn record labels that want to mass flag content and say fuck the creator. That's what that's doing.
Which is complete bullshit, because that's where the entertainment industry has gone. It is no longer about the new Hollywood actor. It's none of that shit. It's become the content creator on YouTube and Twitch.
Yep. And by the way, let's continue with this, and because we're already way past the time that I wanted to be, but let's continue.
Music group, and I think one more. I forget what the other one is. I think it might be Warner. It is Warner. Universal Music Group and Warner have invested in this company that's monitoring every stream on Twitch, and they have the ability to issue live DMCA. They just haven't done it yet, and so it's super important to note that that level of enforcement hasn't even come through yet. Where you're live and you're getting taken down live for playing music. Right now, we're just seeing clips and VODs.
Hold on.
All right, so I'm not sure how many people really.
So it's clips and VODs that are getting taken down, but it could be live streams.
Now, here's the whole thing with that. The content creator who is playing a game that just came out should not be fucking punished.
Yeah.
Because there is third-party music in that game.
Yeah.
Eat a dick.
It's censorship.
It is fucking censorship, and trust me, that's not the only thing that's being censored right now. We're gonna get to that more. We'll get to that later. Trust me.
Which, by the way, how stupid does it make you look when you're censoring your own shit?
Exactly. That's the problem. In lies the problem.
All right, so I'm not sure how many people realize how serious this is, because this could change streaming on Twitch forever. I mean, we all know how easy it is for streamers to accidentally share nudity on their streams, and then they get banned for it, and it's a huge deal. But imagine if a streamer accidentally shared copyrighted content, accidentally shared a song that they didn't mean to share, and then out of nowhere, their entire stream just gets taken down while it's live. I mean, even if they delete the VOD, it still gets taken down because it's being live monitored. Now, our story of today comes from the well-known YouTuber Dr. Destiny. Now, he tweeted this at YouTube yesterday. He says, so Team YouTube decided to take down a news...
Hold on, we'll get to that. I swear there was more on top of that. There was definitely a lot more on top of that. Well, all right, so I guess it's not in there. Yeah, it was a new video. Since this, KSI and other artists that are also YouTubers have since said pretty much fuck the DCMA and their labels, and said that everybody can use their albums and songs to use for streams on Twitch, and they wouldn't get taken down. So kudos to them, and I hope more artists start doing that. I hope people like Eminem start doing that, and other big artists start doing that, because once upon a time they used to start on YouTube as well.
M's not gonna do it, good sir.
Nah.
Yeah, well, they need to. I think they need to start, because this is so ridiculous. I don't think there's really anything else left to say. Really,
let me ask the record company a good question. I think this is a very good question.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do to the kid that wants to become a musician and makes an AMV for the first time in their life?
Yeah.
Are you gonna punish that kid for the fact that he decided to make a video?
Yeah, exactly.
What's the policy on that?
There is none. That's the problem. There is absolutely no policy. There's no real policy on that. That's the biggest problem that we're facing right now as content creators, is that music gets censored, and therefore our content gets censored because we can't use our content even though we're promoting it. Which, by the way, it used to be that you could do what we do for WYW, where you put it in the certain corner, giving credit to the artist, the record label, and the artist, and the song title and all that, and what album it came from,
and you'd be fine.
And it's completely changed now.
Hold on.
It's almost as if history is repeating itself.
Yep.
But does that also
in a different era?
But doesn't that also mean that people that are making covers can be attacked by this as well?
Oh yeah. I know I have constantly. I just don't let it affect me because I don't give a fuck.
No, I'm saying specifically covers. Like you're doing a cover of a
I've
song.
done a cover. I've gotten like third-party content. I haven't gotten my videos taken down, but they have third-party. I have tons of third-party content claims on this channel because the DCMA is horrific because they don't seem to give a shit.
So
I know a guy that's censored, and there's one group in here that is so egregious. It's whatever record label that is partnered up with Five Finger Death Punch now, and you can't use any Five Finger Death Punch songs now. Any Five Finger Death Punch songs, even if you entered a contest that allowed you to use a song, essentially.
Which is complete bullshit.
My video, my most popular video now, is blocked in several countries because of the DCMA. That's how bad this has gotten. The Five Finger Death Punch, Jekyll and Hyde featuring me, is now blocked in several different countries because the DCMA, despite not knowing the situation of the matter of why I even created the video, decided to say, fuck it. Even the Donald Trump one, the Five Finger Death Drum video, that's gone too from multiple different countries.
And that's what I don't get. And that's what I don't get. It's like, why would you want to censor creativity when it's the creativity that's making you fucking money?
Exactly.
Hey, guess what? The parody of a song that came out like 20 years ago, that stupid little fucking parody of that, made your album sales go up even more.
Exactly.
Why?
That's
Because
how it. That's how that. You would think. You would think that's how it happens.
What really scares me is I'm getting visions now. I swear Weird Al is next in the chopping block.
Yeah, probably.
How out of all the people can you attack an artist whose whole thing was he has the right to create parody?
It's just not. It's not Weird Al.
The point is, shouldn't matter if it's parody or not. What should matter is if you pay for the song, if you pay for an album of any kind, you should automatically get the rights to use the goddamn song. Period. That solves this whole problem. But they don't want to do that because, sadly, 99 cents or $2.99 in some cases is not enough to pay the bills, according to them.
Which is complete bullshit because we've seen the statistics on that.
Yeah. So, according to them, that's why.
Yeah, and their 150,000 square foot mansion with 6-car garages and
exactly.
massive electric bills.
We could go on this all day, but that's not the only thing that's being censored. Any criticism now is being censored on top of that.
Speaking of criticism, oh boy.
So now we get to free speech now also being censored. Which, oh boy.
We are repeating history.
Yeah.
It's just, it's insane.
Yep, 100%. So we're gonna get straight to it.
YouTuber Dr. Destiny. Now, he tweeted this at YouTube yesterday. He says, so Team YouTube decided to take down a news video I made back in February for harassment and bullying, even though nothing in the video harasses or bullies anyone. Like, I don't even make videos to harass or bully anyone, and now I can't upload and my channel has a strike. Dr. Destiny then tweeted out here saying that he's officially a cyberbully, showing here that he tried to appeal his strike from YouTube, and they said that no, his content still violates the community guidelines here. Now, speaking of YouTube's guidelines, it looks like YouTube might have changed their rules recently, and people recently notice this one bullet point here. It says here that in some rare cases, we may remove content or issue other penalties when a creator creates content that harms the YouTube ecosystem by persistently inciting hostility between creators for personal financial gain.
Oh, cool. I'm glad that they finally they made that way too late for the one fucking person
and you want to know the problem? It's still vague. It's still vague. Criticism should not be censored. They could use that. They could use this one provision in the new monetization and other policies for content creators that make money. They can use this little provision that is not clearly stated and abuse the hell out of it to get videos taken down that have criticized him. I guess we found out how Naughty Dog and Neil Druckmann's been taking down his videos lately, huh?
Mm-hmm. I wonder
how that happened.
I really want off this platform some days.
Bro, and you have two people that you can blame for this.
Uh-huh.
You know who those two people are? Daniel freaking Keem and Ethan fucking Klein. These two morons that had their spat and went after their sponsorships. Whether that was Keem's intent or not, his fans did. Because they did that, they put this rule in here without specifying what hostility even means in this case. Because if they do that, they could control the platform. So they took the opportunity and ran with it. And guess what? The man that the latter of which I just mentioned has abused the goddamn copyright law because of that provision. Ethan Klein, H3H3, is Exhibit A.
Nothing would be better if H3H3 became unpopular on this site. You say you don't give a shit, respond to every one of his tweets? The goddamn thing was a month and a fucking half ago? Rumor is, YouTube told you to knock it the fuck off. Oh, the only guy that gets demonetized for 2 weeks is Keem. How'd that happen? Boy, you think you're like, wow, YouTube, quit making me look like I'm actually having influence over this shit. Because what an incredible coincidence this is. It just keeps happening. You're the unluckiest guy in the world. Or the luckiest, depending on how you look at it. Nothing would be better if H3H3 became unpopular on this site. It would be like cancer dying on its own.
That's a man that is pissed off because he realizes his career could be on the line because of their stupid fucking beef. I'm not even going to go into all the people that have actually received claims for harassment and bullying by companies that have abused this one provision already. Because
no, hold on. I could understand if this was to affect specifically those two. Out of everybody that deserves it, it's those two specifically. Whether you're a fan of one or a fan of the other, absolutely that rule should have been in place while they were still the most popular thing on the fucking site.
Yep.
Whether you want to admit it or not, it's absolutely true. This rule should have been in place years ago, as soon as both of them came into popularity. Not as a hidden thing, as an update.
And for the record, the rules should have been clearly stated. Do proper journalism and get the facts of the situation before you criticize anybody. And do not, under any circumstances, tell them to kill themselves unironically or threaten them. That's all that should have been said.
Or say the lines, and I quote, "If this is a simulation, then why not just jump off a cliff?"
I'm not going to keep doing this in a minute. Dad, I'm in the middle of a show. Alright, sorry.
I'll just say it like this, and I'll end it with this. YouTube, you dropped the fucking ball hard.
Like they ever had it to begin with?
No.
They've dropped the ball hard, more than they ever have, because of the fact of this has gone on for years and they didn't give a shit. But as soon as some tiny content creators get affected by it, and I'm not saying that it's completely fair or just, but when some small content creators do get attacked, it's game over. Instead of, hey, how about fucking do that from the beginning, you shitheads?
And actually talk about and be specific with what you're banning. In the provision known as hostilities. That'd be great. That would help.
YouTube did a fuck on small community members.
They did it on everybody.
Yeah, as I've said, it's not just small. It's big YouTubers too.
They can go through all of our fucking content. I don't care. They can go through all of our content without context, and I'll laugh my ass off if we get one of these. And I'll sit there and say, to who? Well, to this person. Well, that person actually doesn't exist.
Which, by the way, here's another thing that I want to point out. Susan Wojcicki, you fucking liar. You lied. You lied about why Leafy's videos were actually taken down. You said it was a glitch in the system. You had YouTube say it was a glitch in the system. No, the fuck it wasn't. No, the fuck it wasn't. You put in a provision before it was even announced publicly to the YouTube community that this was going to be in effect, and this was in effect months before you made that provision. Months before. And instead of actually rewriting it and looking it over and making sure that, you know what, criticism should be allowed, but there should be limitations, you didn't fucking do that. You did not do that. And now since Keem has been suspended, which, you know what, fuck it, he deserves it, but not for this. That's the problem. Not for this. I could see him doxing people. He gets his, monetization suspended. I could see all that shit. But for criticizing or uploading somebody else's video that got taken down because it had simulated violence, by the way, and he replaced it with plungers, and it still gets taken down, even though he got rid of guns, you still took it down. And then you gave Keem a content strike and banned him from monetization to 2 weeks. For a video, by the way, which he wasn't even responsible for. He just edited out the guns. And if you think this isn't going to affect other creators, as I said, think again. There's a reason why Neil Druckmann has been mass flagging content up the ass.
You talk shit about his little fucking, his little pride fight. Out. You talk shit about his little battle with pride, or his fucking ideology. Game over.
Yeah,
and we've been doing it since day one.
You criticize Keem. It should be game over if he decided to abuse the copyright system. And the worst part is, he wouldn't even stoop that low. Ethan Klein, listen up, you schmuck. You are no worse than Neil Druckmann, because even though it can't be proven, it's a very big coincidence that content that was criticizing you, that wasn't even, having simulated violence, even before this guy, ended up, getting taken down off YouTube. I wonder why that is there, Mr. Klein. I wonder why that is. Get in the fucking bin. Get in the fucking bin. I am 100% with Tommy C on that. You caused this, and now you fucked everybody. Myself potentially included, everybody else here potentially included, that doesn't even make money off this platform. You have fucked freedom of speech on that platform. Because you and Druckmann and all the other assholes that we have criticized over the years are probably going to do this now.
Not to incite anything, but
yeah, go for it.
Isn't attempted censorship of free speech? Doesn't that fall under the category of treason?
Yes,
it is.
Yes, it does.
A crime which, if I remember correctly, if found guilty, is punishable by death.
Yes.
Even I don't think that's gonna ever be the case now, considering how many people.
It's not the case now. But if I wanted to say, like I wanted to say, I could physically say the words, I think that our government is a tyrannical government now, and I think that we should overthrow it.
There's literally in the Constitution that says we are allowed to.
Yeah.
More so the Declaration of Independence, but not just that we're allowed to, we have the responsibility to.
Exactly. That is
Now,
our
look, I don't think we're there yet.
responsibility.
We're close, but we're not there yet. That's why we're
No.
making this. That's why we're making this point now.
Mm-hmm. So both to Ethan Klein, to Ethan Klein, to fucking, you know what? At the end of the day, I'll say it as it is. What was the point? Because he attacked what your game money? Because you were a DLC character? That's it? You were a DLC character in Payday saying that you used that money for legal fees?
Here's the thing, Ethan. You wanted to make a video on him. You wanted to make a fucking video criticizing how he handled the etiquette situation. That's one thing. I'm 100% with you on that. I'm 100% with you, and I've been 100% with you since day one. Everything that you criticized him for, every time that team harassed you, I'm 100% for. What I'm not 100% for, and why I'm totally against your content, Nuke, on Keemstar, is that you went after his sponsors! And guess what? The fans of Keemstar went after yours in kind, and now you lost a ton of sponsors, Keem lost a ton of sponsors, and now content creators that were in the general vicinity, how apropos that it's a content nuke, is now losing sponsors too.
Everybody that you didn't expect to be hit by this little fallout did.
Oh no, that's the worst part. He did expect it. He didn't give a shit because he made his fucking money already. That's the worst part. He made his money. So he said, fuck everybody else. And fuck Keemstar too. I'm just gonna blow him up with a content nuke. How apropos with the video title, by the way, you idiot. Ethan Klein, go fuck yourself. Keemstar, I actually have to give credit to now, because how sad is it that Keemstar, who has had more beef with so many people than anybody that I know on this goddamn social media landscape, even he got videos reinstated criticizing him recently. How sad is that? That the guy looks better than you do now. I'm done. I have nothing left to say. I got left to say.
I got one.
All the story is record labels and these fucking people censoring free speech need to fucking really look at themselves in the mirror. Honest to God.
I have one.
If you're that self-conscious about what you say.
I have one.
Go ahead.
If you wanted to make a video of criticism,
yeah,
and you had points, and you had several points. You've had several points for the past couple of years. You have several things to do. And you're only doing it because he said specific information that you knew was false to begin with and needed to defend yourself. What was the point? That's what I'm not getting. What the fuck was the point of the video?
Money.
It's all about the money, Mike. That's all it comes down to.
No, I know, but I'm asking the question to not just him, but the people that happen to still support him. And I did originally, until this shit started hitting the fan fucking hard.
And now you know what. And now you know why I avoid drama-based YouTubers.
And I completely understand.
Same.
Casey. I get why you don't want anything
this time
to
we
do with
couldn't. And this time we couldn't, by the way, because it affected all of us now. It affected all of us. Because these guys couldn't handle it like responsible adults. And I will say this, I will reiterate what Tommy C said in an old freaking podcast. Keemstar, stop with your goddamn freaking revenge list. You don't have to get back at everybody and just worry about your content and stay in your lane. Ethan, go back to being fucking boring! God damn it!
I think that this is the time for a commercial break.
Yeah, this feels appropriate.
Fuck it. Yeah, we're taking a commercial break now. We'll come back and we'll talk about other stuff.
Hopefully a little bit more
uplifting.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
thank you. Relatable. Thank God, because I you know what? We're gonna talk about a lot more stuff. We're gonna go on to Fozzie, Jordan Lucas, and Logan Paul, and then we're also gonna talk about video game stuff like the PlayStation 5 and the new Spider-Man video game, and a couple more things on top of that. So, you know what? We'll be right back. God, I need to calm down. That pissed me off. I knew it was going to piss me off, but holy shit. Yeah. Holy shit.
But then he ended up joining WCW and the Alliance. Because when people think WCW, they think of the guy that basically helped WWF win the war, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Eric Bischoff, Uncle Bischoff, doesn't like his nephew Eugene. And we got Coach in Ohio, sporting Michigan-colored you, fucker. That pissed me off.
Don't even get me started on Tony Storm crying. Oh, she cried. And the glass shatters. He opens the door. And off we go. Brawl ensues. They go all the way towards the Dipping Dots section where Cody dumps his Jericho's head in the Dipping Dots.
Next was Best Friends getting interviewed. And
somewhere Jim Cornette had a conniption fit. I got a ticket! I got a ticket!
Get out of here!
You don't mess
Get
with
out of here!
I have a ticket!
And literally, security and the police escort the Nightmare family off the premises.
MJF says, how you looking now, midlife, Chris?
To get by, cause I keep ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me.
A table from hell with the Psycho Asylum. An Iron Man match of factorial proportions. Man.
In this fight, I will melt you down to slag.
Versus machine.
I calculate a 0.85% chance that you will win in your current condition.
Full Metal Mayhem. Colleen Horizon.
When you throw me into the wolves, I will return leading the pack.
Vera McGarden.
I'll do anything to be the warrior on top.
For the Athena title, best friends turned bitter rivals. Johnny Starr.
Don't get in the way of the star or you'll get burned.
James, the Archangel.
I'm the real star of this brand.
For the international title, the Outsider, Mark Young. The Executioner, Michael X. For the WYW World Heavyweight title. 2 out of 3 fall.
Inside.
In a hell in a cell. WYW Immortal. Now available on YouTube.
Okay, we're back. I'm calm now. In the midst of my rant, I forgot to do the typical plugs.
Are you sure?
I'm so freaking heated. So,
I'm sure you're okay.
I'm
yeah.
fine.
Do you want to laugh?
He's fine for now.
I'm fine for now. I'll be all right.
Are you
I think
sure?
that was the last time I was gonna vent about anything. But
are you sure though? Do you want a laxative?
Dude, I'm fine.
Mike,
No. If you guys are enjoying this podcast so far, despite the rant, maybe you like the rant. Maybe you like when I get angry. Lord knows that wasn't the first time.
Well, you are wearing a green shirt, so...
Yeah, I'm green with envy, motherfucker. Anyway.
The head of a champion.
If you guys enjoy the podcast, make sure you hit that red button, the subscribe button, and turn those post notification bell on. And make sure you hit all notifications. Because for whatever reason... Even that is broken.
Reverse psychology, dummy. Use reverse psychology. It's smarter.
Yeah, turn your audience off immediately.
No,
that's why we started with all. That's why we started with all the rants.
It's true. Well, no, we got the rants out of the way, and now we're gonna talk about the good and fun stuff. But anyway, if you guys enjoy this, make sure you subscribe, hit the post notification bell on. If you still don't get the notification, do not fret. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. That's how you will definitely get notified that we post a new Indy Force. At JHubertSide95. Down
Twitter
below.
notification system broke too.
And you could also follow C-Troop19 because I don't know if you promoted it. Did you?
Personally, no.
Okay, Hell's Warrior 25 actually would probably be better because you'll get the notification when he retweets my shit. You'll get the notification when he retweets my shit. Also, if you like this video so far, smash that like button. Make sure you leave a comment either in the live chat if you're watching the premiere, or down in the comment section down below if you're watching it on.
Or for some reason on mobile, it's above the recommended videos now.
Yeah, that's so
What?
fucking weird.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
I don't like it. I mean, I like it a lot better than free speech being censored. Obviously, we kind of cleared that up. But
fair.
Hey, we get to talk about a fun little thing. Mr. Chris Jericho and his band Fozzy have reached 40 million views on Judas. Chris Jericho's AEW theme song, obviously. Congratulations to him.
Which is friggin' amazing.
If you would, Nikos, could you read Mr. Jericho's status update on Facebook?
Sure thing. Le Champion uploaded yesterday at 4:07, where he wrote, "Amazing to see that the video for #Judas by Fozzy just hit 40 million views on YouTube. Thanks to all of you who viewed and listened to our biggest song. We can't wait to release these new tunes we've been working on for you very soon.
I hope
Rich Ward, aka the Duke, Johnny Andrews, music, kind punk."
Yep.
I hope Nowhere to Run is the next to hit 40 mil.
Yeah, Nowhere to Run is a very good song, actually.
For those who don't know, that was the main theme of AEW Full Gear 2019. Go watch it and listen to it. It's good shit.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I really, really enjoyed that. By the way, this is the official number right here. 40 million views as of yesterday at 4:07 p.m. according to Chris Jericho. So, yep, big shout out to him. That's a huge milestone for him, obviously. And yes, I know you're probably wondering, wait, this is a wrestling topic. It's really not. It's actually a music topic.
The only thing that makes it wrestling is that it involves Chris Jericho.
Yeah, exactly. There's more of a music deal, and I'm a music guy, man, and you know you gotta have nerds of all kinds. You know, there's a reason it's called nerds, weebs, and dorks of fortune. You got one of a kind on every side.
Pretty much.
With that being said, another congratulations is to be made for Mr. Joyner Lucas. Even though
no relation to George Lucas.
No, Joyner Lucas, who is the rapper from Boston, Massachusetts. B-Town, what up? He has had his I'm Not Racist music video jump to 139 million views. Huge thing. And the reason why, obviously, is because of what's going on in the world right now. Obviously, you had the
whole George Floyd thing.
You know, the Black Lives Matter protests.
As we've said before, I know that we have gotten a couple emails talking about why won't you guys talk about it? Why won't you guys talk about it?
We have talked about it. We said our piece on it, and if you want to know my thoughts on it,
just tweet us.
Tune into the first episode of Jay Hebert. You'll hear more.
What the fuck did you do?
I talked about it.
No. What did you do, James?
Basically, I just said I support the movement because nobody deserves to be judged by the color of their skin. Everybody should be treated equal. I supported that message. That's all I did. Don't worry.
I hope you know that I now have to go watch that video just to make sure you didn't say anything that I'm going to have to sit there and go, I'm going to podcast with them.
I mean, it's a 2-hour deal. You sure about that? Nah, trust me, you're fine. You're fine. I didn't say anything stupid. Now, again,
wait, James, not say anything stupid? What?
Yeah, I know, right? But Joyner, congratulations. For the video, has anybody actually seen the I'm Not Racist video by Joyner Lucas? I have. I don't know if anybody else has.
I have not.
And we're not playing it on the video because we're already behind as it is.
Well, yeah, and plus we just talked about DCMA.
Yeah.
But if you guys want to check it out, link in the description. It's a very, very powerful song where he has a white guy straight up pretty much mouth the N-word because he's like the typical white guy racist, and then you have the black guy that's the typical black guy, and then, you know, they talk about their struggles on each side, why one, you know, believes like he's not racist and why the other believes that he's not racist, and then they embrace and hug. And it's a big, huge message, and that's why I think it was played a lot, even ever since the stuff started going down. So obviously, congratulations to Joyner. Big, beefy views there. Now we go on to, speaking of beef, Logan Paul and KSI as a possible guest. Or Logan Paul gets KSI as a possible guest on his Impulsive podcast to possibly squash the beef. Which is...
I don't see it happening.
You know what? I think it will, actually, because of... I don't know if you saw the last podcast case, but Logan...
I stay away from Logan Paul.
Well, we actually...
For good reasons!
Well, the funny thing is... As much as I don't like him, like, as a content creator, I'm just not into his content. He did say a very impassioned and real speech that we actually played last episode about the BLM movement, and that really gained KSI's respect because you could tell he meant it, and he was on the front line, and he respected him highly for it. And that's the reason why they're kind of squashing the beef. Partly, and the other part is they kind of already started respecting each other anyway, and, you know, originally it was like they didn't want to do it because they wanted to do the whole thing with, you know, him and Jake Paul, but then Jake Paul got arrested, and then Logan's like,
fuck.
Can I just come by just so I can piss off my bro? Because he's kind of being a moron. And
when is Jake Paul, James? When is Jake Paul not being a moron?
Dude, it's sad because Logan, even though he did that Suicide Force, he's actually evolved since then. And Jake has since regressed and degenerated into, let me film looting in the middle of what is supposed
to be... Let me get more clout because my channel is dying.
Yeah. That's the worst part. Like, Logan said his stuff, the BLM stuff, and he didn't have to, for a financial reason. He said that because that's how you could tell he meant it, because his views were already going back up and at a high level. Jake did what he did because I need views.
He's a retard. No. Don't say anything extra. He's just a retard. A retard does retarded things because he's a retard. That's what he did because he's retarded.
Yeah.
Whether I know somebody's going to sit there and be like, you can't say that word. I absolutely can because I'm on the spectrum.
Wait. Oh no. We're going to get censored. Oh my God. It's content harassment. It's content creator harassment. Oh my God.
James, I dare you to put a big black bar to dance around the screen during that whole thing. Oh God. Oh no. Oh Jesus.
Yes.
You have to do it. James, you have to do it.
Yeah, no, it's happening.
That means I can't say specific words like spaghetti or
tofu.
Goomba. Tofu. Oh no. Don't get that shit away from me. It's cancer.
Too late.
I can't say I can't say fuck. How am I going to write?
Anyway.
So
too much spaghetti.
Are we all for KSI and Logan to squash the beef? I am.
I think that it's a step in the right direction, especially with everything that's going on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, if they decide to, let's end this one more time. Let's have one more fight to prove who's the best.
I wouldn't be opposed to it. I mean, dude, if you've seen the last boxing match, like, JJ got immensely better in the ring. And Logan wasn't bad defensively. He just could... Offense was a different story because he was too scared because he was
can't throw a punch.
JJ was going to hit him with, like, one punch and he'd be on the ground.
Listen, Jake Paul cannot throw a punch.
Not Jake. This was Logan.
Oh, sorry,
Logan. This is the good brother.
Logan. Well, Jake can't throw a punch either, but
no. Logan can actually throw a punch. It's just that he doesn't have the like. Even JJ said it. He didn't have the killer instinct to try to go after him, like and go for the body or even go for his head at all at any point during the fight. So it was just. So it's all. There's not much you could do in that regard, but.
Easy. Yeah. Here's what you do.
JJ tried to fight and Logan kept running away. Is basically what happened. I'm sure they're gonna joke about that.
Well, the sad thing is, even as a non-boxer, I can say this in Logan Paul's defense. That is a viable strategy. You can do that to tire the other guy out.
But JJ's dude, he was a fucking stallion, dude. He did not tire at all. and I think they went like the full. I think they went a full 6 rounds. I think they limited it to 6 rounds. But like, and it was 5 minutes each. It was 5 minutes each, I think, which means like if you put him in the UFC, JJ, if he learned other martial arts, actually could probably dominate the UFC. And ironically, Logan wanted to be in the UFC.
Okay, listen. Take that motherfucker and bring him down just a couple notches, you fucking fanboy.
No, I'm dead ass. I'm being real. Like he can't do it now because all he knows is boxing.
Yeah.
But if he were to get some other martial arts under his belt,
what the fuck are you talking about? It's not that hard to learn a martial art.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But I'm saying once he starts learning other martial arts, JJ could actually dominate at least one division.
No, he won't.
And I only say that because he's got retard strength.
No, let me explain how he won't, and I'll explain it really.
I have three words for you, my friend, and And what's sad is I'm pretty sure this guy's retired. Georges St. Pierre.
Is JJ in his weight class?
He would
GSP?
be.
I mean,
I do not
and you
know off
also
the
got to
top of my
remember,
head.
like GSP hasn't had a fight since like I think. When was it? Fucking what? Nate Diaz or something? Maybe, I think.
I'll say this. The reason why I'm saying JJ would not do good in the octagon is because of the fact it's a completely different set on how you're supposed to engage an opponent. It's completely different than boxing. So
well, actually, I have one counter argument to that. He can do well if he trains with Michael Bisping.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
No.
He did at one point. He did.
Okay.
He did. I will say, I think JJ, as I said before in one of my previous videos, like if he were to switch sports, the best or entertainment of some kind, it would be wrestling. That would be his strongest suit. Not to mention, he already has wrestling training, and he has somewhat MMA training. He knows soccer, so I'm sure there's like heavy soccer influence now for whatever reason in wrestling now with the Pele kicks and the fucking, the penalty kicks and all that shit. And then you also have, the boxing element there. I'm sure he'd do just fine there.
Okay. Allow me to explain this in such a way where I don't hurt your feelings.
No, you're probably right on the MMA stuff, but I think you would do well.
Let me explain. When you go into an MMA fight, you need to know how to counter every single fucking blow that is coming your goddamn way. It's not.
Alicia Spencer, take notes.
We'll get to that.
Damn.
We'll get to that. Oh my god.
I'm not saying it out of spite or anything like that, but if you put yourself in the mindset of I will win this fight, you probably will. But if you put yourself in the mindset of I am going to dominate, you will absolutely fucking lose every single time.
Yeah, I think he can get away with that in boxing, especially right now because he's fighting guys that just aren't on his level, like in the slightest. That's the only reason. But yeah, no, I see where you're going from there, but still, I don't know. Like JJ is a workhorse. He will put the work in if asked of him. That's the only thing I'll give him credit for. So
this is said from somebody who's been in 3 different sports.
Trust me, I've seen all 3. But
I've been a wrestler, I've been a boxer, I've been a mixed martial artist. I fucking know what I'm talking about.
No, fair enough. Look, all I'm saying is, if nothing else, wrestling would probably be his strong suit. I'm not saying MMA. He could dominate the division if he put the work in. That's all I'm saying. And JJ is work. He does have work ethic to at least do that.
I'm not going to deny the fact that he could, but I'm only going to say it like this because it's true. It's not the fact that it's impossible to learn a new martial art. That's not something I'm going to say. But what I will say, because it's absolutely true, you need to know what your opponent's thinking 10 seconds before that bell rings. And I don't think he has the mental capacity to do it.
I mean, when you're in the ring, it's automatic. But when he's in the ring, he takes a huge amount of time.
Here's
his enemy.
Here's the thing. Here's the problem with it. JJ has the problem that he's a slugger. In the octagon, that doesn't work.
Definitely not.
You have sluggers, outboxers, and I believe free flow. Those are the big three.
That's very true. Hey, look, at the end of the day, we'll see what happens, because I didn't expect boxing was going to invade YouTube in the slightest, so we'll see what happens there.
James, I'll tell you this right now. I'll say this absolutely right now, and this will be the last thing I'll say tonight about it.
Go.
If you are an individual that is really interested in trying to go into the combat sport thing, here's what I would recommend you doing in a very 5 simple step process. Number 1, figure out what you want to be. It's really easy to do. It's not the hardest thing to do, but sit down and think about it properly. Number 2, training. It's not just physical training, but mental training, emotional training, getting yourself prepared. Number 3, preparation. It's not even about what specifically you want. What specifically you want to do, or what specific martial art you want to get into. It's preparation of getting into that martial art properly.
Preparation H.
How about preparation? Go fuck yourself before I stick my 12.5 up your goddamn 2-inch asshole.
Continue.
And I'll do it. I don't give a fuck.
Do not tempt him.
Anyway,
this man, you know better than I do. This man is not stable. He will do it.
I will. And I'll watch my shoe and the whole time when I do it.
Get it, bro. Continue.
Number 4, commitment. Honestly, number 4 is the most important one of them all. Commitment. Being dedicated into doing that specifically. It is the hardest thing. I've seen so many people train for years at one specific practice, and then they get to the point where they have their first fight and they lose and they go, fuck this, I'm done. This is bullshit. No, it's about commitment. It's about continuing that process over. It's literally doing the same thing over and over again until you're able to get to that process of, I can do about 45 sit-ups in about less than 30 seconds. I can get to that process. I can get to about 50.
And then what's your fifth stuff, just so we're not short on time?
Yep. And the last one is mindset. As soon as you hear that bell go off and you're getting in there, you have to have a game plan.
Dude, you have to have a killer instinct, I'm telling you.
Not even the killer instinct. Dude, I have had my buddy Corey fucking Donovan. Sorry, not Donovan. Corey Ostagai. I always think about him for some reason. Corey Ostagai, who I've years and is a good friend of mine. We used to go and box together. Corey never had that killer instinct in a ring. Do you know what
you don't have to have it, but what I mean by killer instinct doesn't mean you have to go knock the guy out. But what I mean by it is
if you see an opening,
take it. And
don't hesitate.
If the other guy sees an opening, you better be prepared to take a hit. That's what I mean by killer instinct.
No, that's not what a killer instinct is. Killer instinct is the Tyson approach. Getting right the fuck in as soon as you can. That's killer instinct. Looking at your opponent like they are nothing. You are looking past them. That is a killer instinct. You're saying it from the perspective of somebody who's never been in the ring.
Fair enough. Maybe it's
somebody
the wrong
has been in the ring. The killer instinct, more times than not, depending on the fighter, will get you fucking annihilated if it's the wrong person. Because that's the guy that's prepared for it. He knows you're going to run right the fuck in, and he's going to pop you up.
I have a 6 though. Even though what you said is true, I have a 6 to everything you just said. I think, and this is a big thing, and we'll get to why I say this in a minute in the last topic. Never just do one martial art, because I swear it will be better if you know a little bit of everything.
There's a reason it's
just one thing.
There's a reason it's called mixed martial arts.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Not just martial arts.
Yeah. Anyway.
What are you talking about? I know, like, one...
Fuck!
One?
Yeah, that's one.
Anyway.
It's not mixed.
Well, speaking of one, it's not the Xbox One, the PlayStation 5. Oh, I remember when the concept art came out, we were so hyped for this, and, well...
Great, you're high.
No.
Hey, you know what?
You're welcome for finding these. I take full credit in this. I didn't make them. I found them.
I will say this because it is important to say.
PlayStation Demo.
It is better than a fucking brick.
Well, speaking
it at least has a design to it. It has something. When you see an Xbox Series X and that stood next to each other, you're going to go, oh, cool, I'm glad my Wi-Fi router came, but what's up with the fucking brick next to it?
What's with the fridge?
I didn't order no damn refrigerator. What is this?
I didn't order no Dale Dibadone.
Anyway.
But hey, it will look better.
It could be a lot worse. I just expected so much better.
No, but you're looking at a standard ass image. You're not looking at it in front of you, which will probably look completely different.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I've seen a prototype.
The trailer was released, and that seems to be what it is. It's either one of those designs you're really gonna love, or just laugh about like one of those.
Well, here's the thing. Here's my thing. I think Proton John, funnily enough, said it best. Looking at the two designs, you can very clearly tell that the digital version was the original design and the disc slot on the other was just an afterthought. Because, oh boy.
Yeah, it's not my favorite looking design. I'm sorry. It's not
the best looking design, but it is better than a brick.
It will look better with skins from games.
Oh yeah.
Which reminds me. They're coming out with a Miles Morales edition that's all black with red lighting.
Oh, it's gonna look badass.
That's gonna look sick.
Well, you know what? Speaking of Miles Morales,
let's get into it.
Yeah.
Let's get right into it.
Boy.
Assisted segue.
I will.
I'd like to read this one, actually.
You want to read it? Go for it, Case. Go for it.
So stand aside, Peter Parker. Spider-Man Miles Morales coming to PS5. This comes to us from Polygon.com, and it was written by Patricia Hernandez. Posted yesterday. And it says, our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man will be making an appearance on Sony's next console during the 2020 holidays, the publisher announced during its PlayStation 5 reveal event. The announcement trailer largely shows Miles Morales swinging about town, occasionally punching some bad guys for good measure. The reveal is not surprising. Developer Insomniac Games was acquired by Sony in 2019, and the first Spider-Man has...
They're back! Yay!
Yep. And the first
developer, they got a good one. Yay!
Yeah, they got a good one. And the first, just for the record, I'm pretty sure these are the guys behind. These are also the guys behind the original 3 Spyro games.
I'm sorry, Case, but I have to stop you there. We can't get through one month without that happening at least once. We can't get through one.
I swear I don't do it on purpose.
Excuse me, madam. Waitress. I'd like it.
Yeah. I swear I don't do it on purpose.
You know what? I wonder some days.
Just totally fucking doing it on purpose. He knows how much.
He must embrace the meme now.
He knows how often I just sit there and I go, Casey, goddamn it, please stop. It's like listen to me, you fat stuttering prick. Don't look at me. Straight across. Listen to me, Hendry. I will smack you up sideways.
Oh my God, Mike is just Joe Pesci and I'm Ray Liotta.
Listen closely to me. Yeah,
that's all, folks.
So anyway, Miles Morales, if nobody knows who that is, because I want to give at least some format of a backstory, Miles is the new Spider-Man. He's been the new Spider-Man specifically in the Ultimate Comics because, spoiler alert, that's not really a spoiler because the comic came out a couple years ago, Peter does die, and probably the coolest fucking way the character could ever go out, fighting on his feet.
Yep.
That's how Peter's supposed to go out properly.
And I'm pretty
So
sure. And I'm
that
pretty
was
sure.
shown in-
Doesn't he get unmasked after he dies, and the whole town and the whole city comes out for his funeral?
And the whole city comes out for it. So here's the difference. You've seen the Into the Spider-Verse version. That's not what happens in the comics. He doesn't just fight one villain.
He fights them all.
He fights literally almost his entire rogues gallery. He fights Goblin, Electro. He fights fucking... He just goes after all of them. And it's so well put together because it has one of the coolest fucking scenes ever of Peter lifting up a 16-wheeler over his goddamn head and dropping it on top of Goblin's fucking skull.
For those of you wondering, yes, that's how strong he is.
Dude, he's so strong he can punch the Hulk into orbit.
He has done it. He has done this.
Multiple times. And if somebody sits there and goes, no, he hasn't, it's like, you got some history to look up. He has multiple times. He has fucking... when you realize that he's been pulling his punches for the past several years, since the character first started, that he's been pulling his punches, because if he threw one, a human being could become a bloody red smear on the wall, you go, oh, right.
Yeah, he pulls his punches.
He pulls his punches super fucking hard. He pulls his punches because he would kill. One punch, he would pretty much kill the entire Marvel universe if he wanted to.
Yeah.
It has been said that he can clock in his fist at almost Mach speeds. That's how fucking
he can literally go DBZ.
Yeah, he could throw a punch so swift and so fast it's going Mach speed if he wanted to.
Yeah.
He could have been One Punch Man if he wanted to.
Oh God.
Instead, he's one
Spider-Man versus One Punch Man. Do it.
I don't think that would work because the laws of physics dictate shut the fuck up. It's two different style franchises.
Yeah.
Anyway, developer Insomniac Games was acquired by Sony in 2019, and the first Spider-Man has the distinction of being the fastest-selling game for the PlayStation 4.
Which doesn't shock anybody.
Not a shocker at all. I got it opening day. It's an amazing game. It also ended with post-credit scenes that heavily suggested a follow-up that may further explore Miles Morales' story, along with that of Harry Osborn. We now know...
I'm sorry to cut you off, Casey, but
no, go on.
Just want to point out, Insomniac Games did admit that this will not be a sequel. Instead, it will be an expansion to the first game.
Which is fine. That's how it should be.
Yeah. I'm absolutely fine with that.
Yep. And to continue,
we now know that at least one of these storylines will continue, as Nikos just alluded to. There are also, of course, more movies in the pipeline, which will no doubt help market the interactive version of the franchise. Marvel's Spider-Man was acclaimed for offering a satisfying web-slinging experience that was paired with an accessible story full of humane characters, and a whole lot of reunions if you're a Persona fan. But that's a story for another time. The PS4 game was also full of references and Easter eggs for longtime fans, and I'm pretty sure it was also Stan Lee's last appearance before his death.
To my knowledge, I want to say yes.
Yeah, it was the last thing.
It's been a while since I've had to look up that type of information.
I thought it was Captain Marvel. He was his last appearance.
His last movie appearance, I believe, was Captain Marvel.
Last movie appearance. This is his last video game appearance.
Yep. And how fitting, at least in my case.
Stan Lee does.
Yeah, and how fitting, at least in my case, the way I came to know about Stan Lee was through the 2000 Spider-Man video game for the original PlayStation.
The 2000, what company made that? Neversoft, which is super weird.
Yes, Activision and Neversoft.
Yep, and now it's back to...
And that's the way he goes out, is in the 2018 Spider-Man video game.
Which is awesome. I mean, I'll be 100% honest. That game is so fucking good for how much stuff they were able to cram in there. I mean, yeah, we are missing Upper Manhattan, but who gives a shit?
Yep.
That's one. I understand. It's like you can't render the entire city with the amount of detail.
Well, with the PS5, who knows? They just might.
I would love that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Don't just do like Manhattan. Do all of New York.
Yeah, I agree. Anyway, is there anything else in this, or did you?
Just one last thing. It says the game was remarkable enough that it made Polygon's 2018 Game of the Year list, with their own Ben Kuchera stating, "Spider-Man is a meticulously rendered throwback to old Spidey films and games, to the last decade of open-world game design, and to an easy style of superhero storytelling we rarely get to see anymore."
And for once, Mary Jane is not just a fucking damsel in distress. I was so happy when I heard about that.
Well, she's voiced by Laura Bailey. You really think she wasn't gonna get some action in?
No, but that's absolutely true because Laura Bailey's a fucking badass.
Yeah.
As she goes, "Mike, stay off my Twitter, you creepy fuck." And I reply with, "No, I shall not, for the creepiness has only begun."
And then in comes,
hey, she can at least do a spin kick.
And then in comes Travis Willingham to just punch you through the timeline.
Dude, if I'm gonna get punched by anybody, can it please be Steve Bloom? At least then I'm getting hit by fucking Armstrong and All Might, and so I'm happy at the end of the day.
Fair.
That's all I care about. Let
Fair
me get
enough.
hit by Vegeta at fucking Mach speed.
Fair.
So that way I can sit there and say, "I'm dead, but I died the coolest way ever," to Steve
Yes.
Bloom. Or
Yes.
Blum, depending on how you say his last name.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm excited for this.
I'm very excited for this.
I can't wait.
I can't afford the PS5 because I'm broke as shit. But if someone else has the PS5, I want to play Spider-Man. I want to play Spider-Man.
I really hope that they decide to do a bundle deal.
Yeah,
where you get the new Spider-Man with the old one included into a package. So
That
that
would be pretty sick.
If you miss the first game, you can still play.
I think the way they do that is they would bundle both Game of the Year editions together.
They probably would.
Dude, there's so much fucking content in that game. It's not even funny.
It's so nuts.
There's so much content. It's not even funny.
It really is.
Well, speaking of games, we haven't done this in a while. It was supposed to be Game of the Week, but because of everything that's gone on, it just doesn't seem to work that way. So, you know what? We're going to change it from Game of the Week to Game of the Month. So every month, by the maybe by mid-month, right around this time, we will give our games of the month as a collective. So, who wants to go first this time? Who wants to call dibs on it?
Nikos, you can go first because I have a very specific answer for this, and I think Mike already knows what it is.
All right, I will go second then.
I'm glad that you picked Spider-Man for the PS4. Video this week, Spider-Man on the PS4. Look out, here comes the Spoder-Man.
Spoderbutt?
Spoderbutt.
Does whatever a Spoderbutt can. Can he swing from his ass? Yes, he can.
Can't. He's a butt. Look out. Here comes Spoderbutt.
I'm not gonna lie. I haven't played the PS4 Spider-Man since before the pandemic, so that's just pretty much untouched by then. I've been doing the New Game Plus, but I just left it there, just on pause. But no, my game of the month.
Keep playing.
Curiously enough, Colot.
What is it?
For the Colot, for those of you who don't know, Colot is based on the true unsolved mystery of a group of hikers that were lost and attacked in the mountains during a research mission. And they were attacked by an unidentified being. And to this day, they have no idea what it is.
Man,
and the game just possibly. And throughout the whole game, you're being narrated by Sean Bean, and you get to discover the origins of what happens.
Oh, I'm glad it's Sean Bean.
He's the voice. I don't think he dies in it.
All right, hold on. One at a time. Mike, say your wise ass comment, then Nikos respond. Why is no one saying anything now? Mike, go! Fuck's sake!
Yeah, right.
You just said nothing. I'm just sitting there looking like an idiot.
Sorry, teacher.
Good, it's working.
Shit.
Anyway, Nico.
See me after class, young man.
Nico's continue.
Yeah, I don't know why they chose Sean Bean as like the narrator. I guess it's just there, just for mass confusion.
No,
but
he's not there for
good
mass
storytelling.
confusion.
He's not there for mass confusion. He's there for mass killing.
You just say mass molestation.
He's there for both.
Oh, my
All
mind's up. Never mind.
But yeah, it's a really good game. If you like games that are based off unsolved horror, unsolved mysteries, go ahead, check it out. It's pretty good.
What's it for?
Last time I checked, I think it was $9.99, maybe $4.99. It's an indie game, so you'll expect less.
So PlayStation 4.
Is it on Steam or something?
Yeah, it's on Steam, I think.
Oh, there you go. Look it up on Steam. How do you spell it, by the way? Because this is the first time I'm hearing something like this.
Yeah, same.
KHOL.
Hold on.
We'll be right back after these messages of Nico's learning how to speak the fucking English language.
I'm speaking gibberish.
That's not.
What the fuck is that? Gibberish? That ain't Russian.
It's Czechoslovakian, the worst language. The
He's
language
gibberish
of,
Asian.
The language of give me your fucking money.
True. Okay. Well, screw it. I'll find. You know what? We'll find out how to spell it, and I'll put it in bold text. Wow. All right, there you go.
You still can't read it.
Is that a Q or a backwards Q?
Something. It's
Hey,
This alien.
Anyway,
it's the letter
that's
pi.
how unoriginal it is.
Anyway, my recommended game for the week is an oldie. I've mentioned it in passing before, but I recently got to play it again. It is NASCAR Thunder 2003.
Choose NASCAR.
I found a PC version of it, and I've been playing it non-stop because I'm a nerd for NASCAR and destruction and crash physics. And I'm also a nerd for the racetrack.
That are complete and utter bullshit.
And I'm also a nerd for whatever reason of NASCAR Winston Cups. I don't know why, but I am, specifically the 90s.
Although 2003, wasn't that the year they changed it to the Nextel series?
I believe, no, that would have been 2004. 2003, I believe, was the last iteration of the Winston Cup. Then it went to the Nextel Cup, then
the Monster Cup.
And then, yeah, the attendance kind of dropped significantly because they kept making all the models look the fucking same, and that was boring.
Then they turned into the Godzilla Cup, then the Skyscraper Cup.
That would make me tune in. Although I am watching the next upcoming race next week. I will say, the NASCAR races have gotten a lot better because they've started doing stage racing. So a little deviation, but it is still on the NASCAR. Where now there's like 3 different stages of a race, which makes the race a lot more like they're trying to pass each other and actually trying to win, because now points are on the line. So even if you win the race, like you might not win the whole season, which makes it a lot more interesting. So like you really have to be like a good fucking driver to like actually win a race. Like
I don't care what they bring back. Until people start racing like Dale Earnhardt again, there will never be another good NASCAR race.
I don't know, man. Well, actually,
he's right. Whether you want to admit it or not.
There is Kyle Busch, but he's kind of an asshole.
Because his name's Kyle.
No, I like Kyles.
Hell, we could name 2020 the year of Kyle.
No, the only asshole in least in recent memory that I know of in NASCAR is Kevin Harvick.
No, Kevin Harvick's gotten a lot better. He's cleaned up his act a lot. Kyle Busch is a prick. Remember when I was talking about Kyle Busch and he was like, oh, he's the heel of NASCAR because he's trying to play up like a fucking gimmick? Even though he's like a nice guy in real life, but he acts like an asshole on the track? That's him.
Okay, let me put it
He
like
tries
this.
to be Dale Earnhardt and fails miserably at it because the way he does it isn't hard racing. It's let me crash you and pretend that this is NASCAR Thunder 2003, ironically. And so he pisses off every driver known to man, and they get him back with a receipt. And then NASCAR has to talk to them like they're man-child. He sucks, in other words. He's a low-rent version of Dale Earnhardt.
Children, can we talk about this bullshit? Nah, he ran me off the road. He said he fucked my sister. I can't stand this bullshit anymore. I swear
He
to
did
God,
not fuck on me.
He did a fuck on
What is
me,
up
and I'm
with Kyle?
proud of
What is up with NASCAR and people named Kyle? Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch. Why do they all suck?
Okay.
At this point, we
Let's
should
start.
rename 2020 Kyle the year of Kyle because it fits.
Yeah, right.
Well, we'll get to NASCAR and later on, but yeah, no. My favorite game of the month this month, I found it was NASCAR Thunder 2003 because it's nostalgia and I enjoy it. Specifically for Tiburon Super Speedway, and I can go and reverse on the track and cause a 43-car pileup and cause mass destruction.
And yet nobody dies.
And everybody dies, and somehow because of that, I win the race because everyone's at the commission.
I want everybody to remember that James is a humanitarian. He likes human life. This isn't helping.
No.
He's a humanitarian, likes the humanity.
It's different.
Next
game.
Next, we're gonna find James playing on Twitch, playing Grand Theft Auto, and killing hookers because he finds it funny. But remember, James is a humanitarian.
Anyway,
whole fucking crock of shit.
Now that we're done giving James ideas.
Next person, please.
You are definitely on somebody's watch list somewhere in the world to go. And
dude, I'm surprised. I'll be honest. I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner.
Dude, I ask that question every single day. I'm like, how would anybody let me be on a plane?
How would anybody let me be me? That's a real question. Anyway, next person. Casey, fuck it. Go.
My game of the month. I never thought I'd say this about anything this company put out. My game of the month is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Yes, he said it, boys! Woohoo! He finally admitted that it's fucking awesome.
I can't say no, dude.
Dude, it's the Who. What do you got to say about it?
Honor the Khan.
Can I get a petition of putting the Who in season 2 of Mandalorian?
I'm for it.
If that song doesn't,
I want that to happen.
Show fails.
Dude, you know, Mike and I were actually talking about something that might be even better. Why not turn the Who and Mongolians as a whole into the Yuuzhan Vong?
Disney, don't get any ideas. We know you'll fuck it up.
Yeah, please don't.
Unless it's Dave Filoni. He won't fuck it up if he's
get Kathleen Kennedy out first.
She's gone.
James,
shoo her away.
James, she gone.
She's gone.
She gone.
She's gone.
She gone. She gone, dude.
Show her the fuck away.
Okay, James, I'm gonna tell you this because I care.
What?
If you ever do that again, so you know that this is coming from the place of heart, which is the polar opposite of my sign. If I was a Captain Planet member, this is coming from the heart.
Yep.
If you ever do that to the microphone again without warning, like typing something in chat, maybe you want to take off your fucking headphones before I do this. That would be very helpful. I will shove a toothbrush down your dick hole at Mach 1.
James is an ASMR artist.
So, Hannah Malagu? Or whatever the hell her last name is?
Hannah Mongoose. As James goes, please don't do that. And then I reply, with, and I reply with, I hope you didn't buy Colgate.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been my side of things. Oh shit, where the fuck did James go?
I'll wait. I'll wait till.
Oh, there he is.
Anyway,
My arm was like right here.
Yeah, but you're completely part of the sofa when you're covered up.
Oh shit, but my arm was still visible, you fucking dits.
You are the
For a second, I
How
thought it was
dare you
prosthetic.
disrespect the king in such a horrific manner?
Oh no,
He might
more
have-
toothbrushes up
he
my
might,
urethra,
he
I
might
guess.
literally have me shove a fucking toothbrush up your dick hole.
No, worse.
All right, we got a final person
Order
to
you
go.
to
Mike,
fry his
you're
foreskin.
last. Go. We gotta hurry this up quick.
I know
Yeah,
I'm gonna sound like the most uncreative piece of shit, but I have to agree with Casey.
I figured
It's
that.
so fucking James, you need to play it.
You absolutely have to play this.
Okay.
It's so fucking
Only if
good.
I get a green lightsaber in the game.
You get it at the start.
Customize
Yay! Okay, I'm
your
happy.
whole lightsaber.
Good.
You can have a purple lightsaber, James. Or if
You
you're
can have a
me,
lightsaber that says "bad motherfucker" on it.
What is with
Or
by the way, what is with me in the colors green and purple?
yeah,
well, green's my favorite. Green's my favorite color, and then Smash Brothers.
Boy.
There we go. And yeah, I answered my own question. Anyway, continue. Oh, don't do this bullshit again. Don't dare do this bullshit again.
continue
And give me the
with
fucking the game. Talk about it.
Okay, fine.
Actually, wait. Is this gonna like go on forever?
it might. So especially knowing Mike, because he's a bigger Star Wars nerd than I am. So
Okay.
All right,
I'll
can you make it like under 2 minutes?
1 hour later.
The guy that spent about 3 talking about NASCAR fucking thunder and doing 40 car pileups.
That's true.
Got you covered on that one, cunt face. Anyway. Well, I'm a mean person sometimes. Anyway.
sometimes.
Okay, more times than not.
Okay.
Anyway, continue. Go.
Anyway, Fallen Order takes place 5 years after the Jedi Purge, and you're playing as Cal Kestis on the planet Bracca, who is a scrapper. Pretty much he goes in and dismantles ships. Huge fucking freighters and frigates that are just goddamn ridiculous. We're talking about planet capital sizes. Bigger than some ships that are bigger than New York City size. So you play as Cal, an ex-Jedi Padawan who is trying to survive, well, during the Empire, which is one of the worst fucking time periods to be a Jedi ever.
Yeah.
Would it be safe to say that is the Empire communist and then the
Space
Jedi
Nazis.
Order?
They're space Nazis.
Fascists, but yeah.
They're space Nazis. It's been proven that they're space Nazis, yet still have one of the greatest economic time
Wait,
periods.
so that means the Jedi Order was a monarchy?
No.
No.
Was
The
it?
Jedi Order is a religion.
Dude, the Jedi Order...
Same with Sith.
Right, but it's a religion to such a point where it's like you have to follow by these rules
James,
and not have like freedom. So it's almost
It's more of a cult, really.
Yeah.
cult, James.
okay. Fair enough. Yeah.
They're a cult. They take children from their homes because they go, we need to purify them before they get corrupted by the dark side. Because they're out of their fucking minds thinking that if you feel love, you will want to betray the order. And it's like, are you out of your fucking mind? Oh, and really quick, before anybody says something really stupid, no, Jedi are not eunuchs. And if you think that, you're a dumbass. Jedi have been confirmed by George Lucas. It's like, yeah, you can have sex. Who gives a shit? Nobody ever said that.
So wait, hold on. So let me get this straight.
You cannot have a relationship in the Jedi Order, but you can fuck.
Yeah, just ask Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, but
is this like just a cooler version of Mormonism?
No,
about the relationship commitments.
No, James, not at all.
Well, it feels like to me.
Not a cult. No matter how much you want to think it, Mormonism is not
I mean, you know what? Fair enough, actually.
It's not a cult. They actually have religious practices. Here's the difference. And I'll say it really quick so we can move on to the next topic, because, my God, if we're stuck talking about if Jedi can fuck, I will literally lose my goddamn mind, because, of course, that's the question James has to know. Yeah, but, like, can Jedi, can they spoon?
I didn't actually ask that. I don't think I actually asked that.
It was on the tip of your tongue. Don't deny it.
Listen, I didn't even have that come to
You
mind.
liar!
I don't think I even brought it up.
Liar!
You did.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
No, I brought up the fact they couldn't have a
You'll find it.
relationship.
They can't have a relationship for the fact
But
that
they can fuck. That wasn't me that brought that up. I don't think.
No, but you were asking questions.
You were about to ask if Jedi
ask
can
about
spoon.
All right, fuck it. Blown out of proportion.
Anyway.
Moving on. God
Hold
damn
on.
it.
Hold on. So back to Fallen Order, and I'll make it.
Go ahead. Yeah, I'll let you finish.
You not only have the ability to use a single-bladed lightsaber, which a lot of people are like, oh, fuck, really? I'm stuck with that. You get a double, and you have the ability to use dual, which is one of the coolest mechanics in the game. Your force has limitations, which is nice to have. You don't feel like the most powerful thing in the galaxy, but when it comes to your standard-ass stormtrooper, my God, did he pick the wrong career choice.
Yeah.
And it's impressive. There's so much story, lore, history that they were able to cram into this.
Oh, it's nuts.
10-hour game? On top of fucking, what would you say, Case? 6, maybe 7 planets you get to visit throughout the whole course of the game?
Let's see. Zepho, Braca.
You have to do Braca, Zepho.
Zepho, Bogano, Dathomir, Kashyyyk, and Ilum. Yeah.
Sure, you can go to Dathomir? Nice.
Go to Dathomir. You have to go to Dathomir to get
the double-bladed lightsaber.
Oh.
Because the double-bladed lightsaber is a Sith weapon.
And it is a godsend when you're still trying to level up.
Mm-hmm. It is one of the best weapons in the game for the fact that if you parry once, it will automatically deflect blaster fire that is coming after that point. Which makes it so much fucking easier. So if I'm recommending a game that is crazily on sale right now on Steam.
Yeah, I got it for $35 off the Xbox One store.
Which is impressive for the fact that it's still like $50 on fucking GameStop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would recommend, if you haven't played it, I would 100% highly recommend it. I am almost at the end of the game, and it has been a blast all the way through. There are a couple moments that I'm like, I wish they didn't do that, but it's fine. And yeah, they've done a very good job with it. There's so many lightsaber colors, including red. Don't worry, red is in there.
Mm-hmm.
You just beat the game and have New Game Plus going, which means that you'll have an even better second time playing the game for the fact that now you can just go absolutely fucking ape shit.
Yeah.
You are the most powerful thing.
So at the end of the day, Respawn Entertainment, props to you guys. You've made a really good game, and we hope to see another one from you.
And it can't be, and at the end of the day, it can't be any worse than EA Sports' version.
It's nothing can ever be better or anything worse than Battlefront 2 EA.
Yeah.
Even though DICE has fixed a lot of that game and has made it very good, it will never wash away what the game was.
Well, I mean, that's like saying, oh, they fixed the bugs in WWE 2K20. It still fucking flopped.
True, but here's the difference between 2K20 and Battlefront 2. The community with Battlefront 2 is still playing the game. A shit ton.
Yeah, it's actually not bad to play now.
Which is very impressive.
Yeah.
Like, DICE went in and you could tell that they finally went, we need to have fucking Star Wars fans work on this because those are the only people that will understand what fans are going to want. And they added so much more shit. They finally, Casey, and I know this is the only reason why you and I would play it, they added Galactic Conquest style stuff.
It's back?
It's back to its own. What it you're supposed to be, which is taking over command post, is back. That's back. The most important fucking gimmick from the first 2 games is back. And I am so happy to hear that it is, because you can't have a Battlefront game without having Command Post take over.
You can't. So, what do you say to her around next time you're over?
Can we rephrase that? Because that sounds really gay, and I'd rather not.
Yeah.
What?
But that's another one for the compilation.
Up to for gay sayings for Casey, like
That's
what?
another one for the compilation.
That's another one for the compilation. I think I swear we're about to pass like triple digits by this fucking point. Like, oh my god. Anyway, from uniting to reuniting, Bill and Ted are reuniting for a new movie.
AKA Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter.
Bill and Ted. Yeah.
They're back. And I'm going to be honest, as somebody who enjoyed watching the shit out of the first 2 movies, I can't wait to see what they're going to do with it.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm absolutely excited.
Trailer's good.
For Nico, since you kind of wanted to talk about this, what is Bill and Ted, if you don't mind explaining to the fan base, for those who wouldn't know?
For those that don't understand what radical 1980s nonsense is,
yes,
and are little dumb plebeians that have no life.
Oh my god!
I'm just joking, but hey, I have to once.
I don't know much knowledge about Bill and Ted. All I remember from the 2 movies is in Bogus Journey, they have a chess match with death.
Okay. You want to?
I thought it was okay.
That's hilarious.
And there was the other movie where they time travel and bring back Napoleon to their century, which I thought, okay, it's fine.
Nikos, do you want to just pass this to me, brother, since I fucking remember every stupid
just
movie?
go.
You know what?
Because I'm a huge fucking Bill and Ted mark. Because those movies are super funny. So the first movie is based upon these kids are failing history. So how the fuck do you think they try to fix their history class?
Time travel.
They use a time machine to physically pull these individuals from history into the nowadays, and it goes as well as you could possibly imagine as it's supposed to.
I remember Robot Chicken did a skit where they brought back Genghis Khan, and everyone criticized them like, Genghis Khan murdered and raped millions of people. You basically went back in time to pound beards with Hitler. And then
comedy show.
Yes. No, James. It was in the context of the show. Like, out of all the people you had to bring back, why would you bring back Genghis Khan?
Or Hitler, because they actually did in that skit.
So,
still
really
comedy. It's not like they're actually bringing them back.
In the context of the skit, dumbass.
I know, but it's not. I've seen worse. I've seen a lot worse.
No, James,
especially in Robot Chicken.
No, you're not getting it. Okay, you're not understanding what the joke is.
Anyway, go.
They use a time machine to go back in time. Out of all the people, according to the skit that's done in the show, out of all the people that they could bring back from the characters that are talking about it, that are in the skit and are discussing it, out of all the people to bring back, why the fuck would you bring back Genghis Khan?
Oh, yeah, in the context of that? Yeah, it's stupid.
So stupid. Oh, my God.
It's funny because we can laugh at the comical humor.
We can. But you don't, because you literally are the kid in the short yellow bus. Oh, my fucking...
Yeah, no shit. That's because I was on it.
In James' case, it's the short green bus.
He just shows up one day with a bucket of green paint when the bus shows up. Can we stop in place? Can we hold on for just a second? I need to make a couple of aesthetic changes.
No. Here's what James would do. Get on that little green bus and be like, "What? No spaghetti and meatballs? This is bullshit. This is my fucking bus. No spaghetti and meatballs. No sherbet. Who the fuck do you think I am?"
I think I'm ready to take our second commercial break now.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. I'm gonna go, crowded corner for 5 minutes.
Will James survive this onslaught of roasts? Find out later.
Next time find out after these commercial messages on Indy Force Z.
I was gonna say roast ball Z, but that works too.
I feel like my chestnuts are roasting in an open fire right now. I'll tell you that right now.
Hibiki TMD on YouTube, retro gaming, pro wrestling, podcast, Terry Bollea, Hibiki Honors, Hibiki Quickie, everything in between. Hit that subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at the Hibiki TMD. And hey! Watch out for pedestrians, pal! You on the bike! Slow down! Hit that subscribe down below. Check us out at the Hibiki TMD on Twitter, Hibiki TMD on YouTube. Oh, the goddamn goodness.
What's up, bitches? Are you tired of being bored during quarantine? Well, to pass the time, check out hundreds of free classic games on PlayEmulator.com. This site offers so many classic titles from the Nintendo Entertainment System, all the way to the Game Boy Color. They also have a huge PSX library, along with an even bigger Sega library. The collection is massive and has hundreds of games, including, but not limited to, Sonic the Hedgehog, Super Mario World, Donkey Kong Country, the original Streets of Rage, Pac-Man and Mrs. Pac-Man, WWF No Mercy, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, Virtual Pro Wrestling, Super Mario 64, F-Zero and F-Zero X, the original Tetris, Contra, WCW NWO Revenge, Doom 64, all Street Fighter 2 titles, Pokemon X and Y, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, the Ultimate Mortal Kombat Trilogy, and much, much more. They also have a small section for MSX including the original Metal Gear. There are also fan-made emulators you can play, including Shadow in Sonic, Mario vs. Sonic.exe, Simpsons Streets of Rage, and a Street Fighter 2 version of Street Fighter 5. Go on PlayEmulator.com and enjoy the fun, fellow gamers, because this shit's super fun, yo. Indy Force approved.
And welcome back to the Indy Force, ladies and gentlemen. Wait, is James still? Where's James? Where's James at?
Oh,
He's right there. Is he? He's hiding behind the counter. Wait, hold up.
James? Oh, is James having his widow upset moment like a widow faggot?
Oh, God!
That's right, hide, bitch. Hide.
Oh my God, I got it all over my fucking shorts and I look like I pissed myself.
James, when you threw that water in your face, you look like West Side 95.
Oh, dude, you think I look like West Side 95 now? Look at this shit. I don't look good. That's not as well as I thought it was.
I'm done. Goodbye.
No, come back, Nikos. Come back. Don't instant transmission your way out of here. God damn it. Alright, fuck it. Yeah, that did not work to my favor. I thought that would go a lot better than it did. Fuck it.
Anyway.
Okay.
So, first news for the last segment.
Yay, the last period, if you will.
That sentence made no sense whatsoever.
The last period.
But does it have to?
Yeah. Do we ever make any sense anyway? Oh my God.
Fair point.
Dude, it's so bad. Ugh, I feel gross now because I did that.
James, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but did you just wet your shorts?
Yeah, with water, not piss, but it looks like piss.
I didn't pee myself, Mr. Teacher Man.
I swear, Mr. H. I didn't do it. With water.
Oh my God! If he actually sees this, I wonder if he knows that he's who you mean.
Yeah. No. He knows. Anyway, let's talk about it. Fyter Fest, AEW. Now we're on to wrestling. So AEW is doing the things with a 2-night event for AEW Fyter Fest. Well, what? What happened?
Well, they're apparently spreading it out over a week.
Yeah, so July 1st on Wednesday, TNT, and July 8th on Wednesday on TNT. This is similar to what they did with Bash at the Beach. First half of it took place in a stadium, and then the second one was on the Jericho Cruise, and that was Bash at the Beach. So they're doing a similar thing here for Fyter Fest. So yeah, there's that. I think that Nikos would probably want to come back from wherever the fuck he instant transmission to, because he's got to defend the title at some point. This is probably going to be the event to do it. So hopefully.
By the way, are we only going to be defending that title?
They tried to steal my title.
Jesus Christ, what happened to you?
Why does this keep happening to me? Everywhere I go, people want a piece of me. Why?
Okay. I'll put
because you are le champion
of Indy Force.
I mean, there could be other reasons. I mean, there could be other reasons other than
somebody just really wanted a slice of pizza.
I could smell it.
That's
garlic.
Horrid.
They tried to take my meatballs away.
They almost stole his donkey dong.
They tried to. I'm not going to name names, but yeah.
You know who you are.
Anyway,
I can see you.
Because I hate to
smell you.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Indy Force is planning on having your title defended on Fyter Fest.
The fuck did I just miss? I wasn't paying attention.
Fuck it.
I got 2 words for all you motherfuckers here.
Oh, yeah?
Molon Lave.
Oh, yeah, I got one for you.
Technically translates out to 4 words, but whatever. Actually, yeah, that is 4 words.
I got 3 for you, Nikos.
What?
Delivery or DiGiorno?
Oh, delivery all the way. Fuck DiGiorno.
Yeah.
Don't you be talking about my French bread pizza? I'll come over to your house, and I'll make mean faces. I'll make mean faces at you.
You're gonna mean mug the king?
How dare you?
I'm like a fantasy character, okay? I don't have very good sneaking stats, but what I can do is mug you.
That's funny.
What we gonna do? We're gonna mug him.
So yeah, we down to do the predictions for that?
But here's the better question.
Won't be this episode. Won't be this episode. But
no,
yeah,
we got time. We got a ways away before the full cards.
But here's the question that people have to ask.
Yes.
Are we all going to be in the same room together when that happens?
I would hope so.
Most likely, there's just going to be cardboard standees of us just like in front of the TV.
That would be.
I mean,
so
you know what?
funny.
If nothing else, I am. If we're not in person together by that point, which we have no idea what this whole pandemic and the way it's going. Sometimes it's down, sometimes it's up, and it's everything in between.
COVID by Sybil.
I know I will be doing a live stream and live reacting as the show goes on both July 1st and July 8th. I will be right here on my golden couch watching the show from this DV there and interacting with you guys, if nothing else. And maybe some of the boys will be with me when that happens on Skype audio. So who knows? We'll see what happens.
If I manage to retain this, I'm going to show up at one of your backgrounds and just not even say a word, just slowly creep up behind you. until they get close to your ear and say,
"He was saying,
I told you so."
We'll see what happens. I don't know do you think anybody else is predicting for Fyter Fest, like NoDQ or anybody? Think? So you should probably
is Wrestling Rundown reviewing or predicting? No, they can't.
Put it this way.
They can't right now. I think Owen is coming back to Massachusetts relatively soon. We'll see what happens. I want more belts, damn it. Owen, get the fuck back to Massachusetts.
Nobody's predicting that means anything. I mean, what?
I mean, yeah. Right now.
Thank you, Casey. I'm glad one of us was about to say it. And I'm glad it wasn't me.
Are we talking about Rundown or Indy Force? Because Indy Force is new. So it's kind of true about that as well.
Hey, listen. Here's the difference. We defend our titles with glory and honor. He defends his title because he's a little bitch.
How does that make sense? Who is even the champion?
And that's why.
Oh, and you might have to vacate your championship, or whoever has the championship might need to vacate it, because I don't remember who's the champion.
I don't think anybody remembers.
Wasn't John the last champ? No, that was last year's All Out. Who was the champ?
I think it was Noah, right? Isn't Noah the champion?
Noah? Is Noah the champ?
If nobody can remember who the fuck was the last champion, then it has to be recycled.
Yeah, and redone.
Especially with that.
Do what we did, Owen. Just fuck it. Do what we did. Just vacate the belt and do it again. I don't know what to tell you, because I don't.
For the third time.
I still don't remember, man. But anyway.
If we ask Owen, he's just going to say, I'm still champion. You're not.
Yeah, you're probably right. Okay, so we talk about that. Now we got to talk about some dumb shit. Orton being a stupid stuff, because he is.
Ciampa being right there with him.
Huh?
Ciampa being right there with him.
No. Actually, I don't agree with that, because he had a right to defend his brand that was actively getting shit on for no. Hold on.
Of course you defend Ciampa.
Get a Wix ad that's fucking me. So
a Wix ad? Who would have guessed that a shitty website that doesn't work properly?
We should know. Anyway, let me get to the story here. Okay, yeah, no, so it's right there. Okay, so this is from Wrestle Talk, from Wrestle Talk's main honcho, Ollie Davis. So we're gonna have him explaineth what's going on between Orton and Ciampa.
Sorry, Vince. Sunday night's NXT TakeOver in your house was a tremendously enjoyable show. Not just putting on the brand's usual card of excellent in-ring matches, like Johnny Gargano versus Keith Lee, Tommaso Ciampa versus Karrion Kross, and Io Shirai pinning Rhea Ripley for her first ever NXT Women's title.
Well, congratulations to Io Shirai for that one, because it's well deserved.
Because the Omni-Flare.
That's the former champion, and yeah, that. I'm sorry, Ollie, but that's just cringe, bro.
Can I just say that he looks a little bit like Michael Rosen?
Oh my god,
he does, doesn't he? People have pointed that out to him, and he's like, I don't look like him. And I'm like, dude, you need to look in the mirror. You need to look in the mirror.
You need to look at this photograph.
Look at this graph. All right.
Jobs for nobody, but also because of the nostalgia.
Oh, sorry, hold on.
Of course.
It's the fart that gets James every time. Every time.
Remember, kids. If you want to end up having more than one YouTube channel, laugh at fart jokes.
Of course he's rewinding it. Jesus.
No, I'm rewinding it because I want to hear what he says.
I'll tell you what he says. That's what he says.
All right.
Cut back to wrestling, Michael Rosen.
Yeah, continuing.
I cannot hear anything.
Hold on. What? God damn it, Nikos. What?
I cannot hear anything.
Ah, for fuck's sake, I hate you, Sky. Fuck you, you piece of shit. All right.
It's the fart joke that ruined it.
Yeah. The fart broke
the audio out.
The fart broke through the Wi-Fi barrier.
Easter egg references to the 90s with mock Ico Pro adverts, William Regal doing his best Lord Alfred Hayes, and how Gargano actually lives in the In Your House set. But while it might have been a very good show, according to one top main roster star, it wasn't the greatest show. Backlash. Randy Orton tweeted the day after, heard NXT TakeOver In Your House was great. Slapping my leg for you guys. Sincerely, #leg slap. Making #leg slap the new ... dive. Randy's latest way of ridiculing the modern indie style, which he's condemned before for being too full of multiple dives to the outside and slapping your leg with your hand to make super kicks sound more impactful, at the expense of in-ring psychology and selling. This angered NXT locker room leader Tommaso Ciampa, who replied saying he plays his daughter Randy Orton matches to help her get to sleep, signing off with, sincerely, #an entire locker room who busted their asses.
So, before we continue...
First off, Orton.
Yep.
Let's talk about Orton.
Yep.
First off, it's Orton. We're talking about a guy who is the most boring fucking athlete to watch in a match.
You know what? Well, here's the thing, and that isn't that sad. Because, like, what was it, 2005, 6, 7? Not that way. Even 8 and 9, right up until, WrestleMania 25, but that even wasn't his fault. Right around, his babyface turn in 2010, probably, is when he started getting boring. And even then, it's not even because of his in-ring work. It's because of the character development. You think it's just... moves and moves and moves and moves and moves, but in reality, NXT and just the Wednesday Night Wrestling conglomerate in general has some of the best wrestling character development going on right now. NXT and AEW included in that. So I think that's a miss, Randy. Think that's a miss, and yeah, I mean. At the end of the day, it's just banter. You would think, right? It's just banter. All that was just playful little banter, except for this little thing, which he was probably a little offended by because they did bust their asses. I watched it. Damian Priest almost fucked his back up completely, so that accounts for something. But
I'll say this: Orton has been in some very good matches, but he cannot criticize somebody's work because he doesn't find it entertaining for himself. And just because he goes, well, everybody does super kicks now. Well, Orton, everybody does DDTs, and that was somebody's finisher.
Yeah, exactly. How about the fact that everybody stole your RKO? But you don't like that, right? Even though they do better RKO variations than you.
Hell, your kids do a better RKO than you.
There are digital characters that do better RKOs than you.
Mm-hmm.
It's listen. I don't want to trash her. What would be the point?
I'm not trashing. I'm just pointing out, like, dude, just roll with the times. Have fun. Don't be such a stick in the mud, bro.
It's a different time period.
Why you gotta be a stick in the mud? Why you gotta be like, gotta go back to old days? No.
Listen,
let wrestling evolve. You evolve around with it. Character development is still very much a part of wrestling. You don't have to worry. A bunch of super kicks and moves are not gonna change that.
Wait, James.
Can we agree on
character
something,
development?
Go ahead. Agree on what?
Can we agree on something, though?
What?
Nobody wants to see a 15-minute headlock anymore.
No, fair enough, yes.
Nobody wants to see that.
Honestly, I think Randy Orton does that to troll, honestly. Anyway, Nikos, what were you saying?
He has character development?
Not now. Used to. Used to.
Exactly.
Exactly, yeah. Now, like, what? The most exciting thing he did was, what? Turn heel on Edge, and even that ended up to disappointment because of their... Well, we've already covered it on the WrestleMania 36 review. We're not going to get into it here. Anyway.
Because what would be the fucking point?
No.
What would be the point?
50%
Covering
headlocks.
Shit does nothing.
Signing off with, sincerely, hashtag an entire locker room who busted their asses, instead of hashtag 80% headlocks. Orton shot back at Ciampa, tweeting, "Looks like I hurt the feelings of the self-appointed locker room leader of a wrestling school. Let me know what time hashtag leg slap classes start so I can take my game to the next level."
I swear to God, Orton, this is where I'm totally against you. Stop taking everyone out of the reality of the sport you are trying to sell as real. That pisses me off, you dumb shithead.
Listen,
oh my God, let's look, did that how super kicks work?
Listen, even if kayfabe doesn't exist anymore, there should be a shred of it.
Jesus Christ. And by the way, that's the one time I'm actually going to defend Vince here because he got pissed off and I don't blame him. What is this? You idiot.
But who is he fighting at the end of the day? Who the
fuck
is this?
If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
And Ciampa does. Ciampa makes a fuck ton of money.
Well, I mean, Orton probably... In fairness, look. Orton probably makes a lot more money than Ciampa does at the end of the day.
No.
If you equate everything to it. But I do want to point out this. At the end of the day, if it doesn't make money for either of you, don't fucking do this shit.
You're insulting a fellow co-worker for the fact that you don't like how he does things. Fuck off.
Yeah, on top of that, by the way, again exposing the business because you don't like the fact that a show is doing better than you. So instead of letting that show grow in popularity, you must tear it down on social media. And then guess what happens? People leave Raw more and NXT, which is counterintuitive to what Vince probably wants.
If you want, listen.
Is this really that hard?
It would be understandable if Orton has been relevant in the past 3 years. Besides this whole thing with Edge, that's all he has to work off of.
That's true.
Because everyone else is gone.
Dude, that's beside the point. This guy, because he's pissed off at what fans are saying, gets butthurt. So you decide to take it out on your coworkers and then ruin it for both wrestlers who work their asses off and fucking wrestling fans alike. This is the point I made on the Jay Hebert side of things, which I'm going to be posting. It's the first episode. I literally go into full fucking detail of how it's ruining this industry more than anything else, by the way. I don't give a fuck what you want to tell me. You could tell me that it could be creative, which it is creative of WWE. I'll firmly admit that. But more so even before that, it's these fucking people that decide to act like marks, Randy Orton included, and decide to get butthurt and decide to defend their company in a very shit way, mind you. And then that just turns everybody off.
Wait a minute, didn't we already talk about something like this from another person that was on the roster that was talking mad shit about other companies for the fact that he's super
Rollins, yeah. Which I don't know if that was just strictly Rollins. I think WWE also had a hand in that, as we've discussed, but still.
We have discussed, but I'm just putting it in perspective that it doesn't make anybody look good at the end.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't make Rollins look good. It doesn't make Orton look good. It doesn't make Ospreay look good. It doesn't make Ciampa look good, and it doesn't make any fan that's looking at that from the fucking goggles, they look at that shit online. It's like, think I'm gonna get get another hobby. That's what happens. Stop.
What a random of you to throw Ospreay in when he's not even with this company. Did he make an appearance on In Your House?
I threw in Ospreay because in that case with this beef, Orton is Rollins where Ciampa is Ospreay because he had a heat with Ospreay. But anyway, that's the only reason I threw him in. And by the way, Ospreay was right in that situation in theory anyway, and so is Ciampa. That does not change the fact that Orton never should have even tweeted. This is why I say, fucking restrict the goddamn access of social media in your company. It does nobody any favors. Not a fucking soul any favors. Seriously, honestly, I swear to God that this company, other than maybe YouTube AdSense, I swear to God that social media has made WWE less money than any other of their revenue streams, and it's harmed it more than helped it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh no, absolutely. And to get back to the major point, one of the big things that needs to be discussed about this is, doesn't Orton have enough things to do in his daily life?
Yeah, instead of fucking talking about a show that he probably didn't even watch, by the way. Like, if you don't got nothing right, it comes down to the fact, especially if you're a part of a company. If you're a critic like me, say whatever the fuck you want, but if you're a part of a company and you are, I get it, freedom of speech. And I know I said freedom of speech is good, and it is good. Don't get me wrong. If you don't like a certain way, that's fine. But this is a moment where you got to police yourself here and be like, you know what? Maybe I should talk to these guys. Maybe I should go down to NXT. If you feel that strongly that they're not telling a story or whatever, go down to the PC.
And honestly,
fucking train these guys. Go down there and do something productive instead of going on social media and trashing a show and fucking causing more divide than is necessary for a company that's trying to make money.
Can I say one thing that I think is kind of forgotten in this?
Yeah.
Who's the guy running NXT?
Triple H. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Idiot.
Fucking moron. You stupid fucking idiot.
I guess evolution. I guess in this case, devolution is a mystery.
Like, we're talking about Hunter here.
Yeah.
Who has had some of the greatest storylines of all time that he pretty much wrote.
And by the way,
if not
I wonder. By the way, the same guy who broke you into the WWE, essentially, and made your fucking career what it is now.
You're just talking shit to Hunter when you say that. That's what you're doing, you idiot. You are literally going, oh, well, this new talent, they don't know what they're doing.
Dude, this is what happens.
Just looking at Triple H and saying, yeah, you don't know what the fuck you're teaching these kids. And
yeah.
Like, you high?
He doesn't even say that. Like, if you want to teach, go teach. But don't expect everybody to do your specific way of thinking. I make the same point on Jim Cornette. I make the same point with Vince Russo. I make this, God knows how many points. The same damn point with every fucking buddy. Nobody has to do one specific style of wrestling. If they did, it'd be fucking boring.
As James and I had a long discussion about, I would say, what would you say, good sir, about a week ago up to now?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Somebody has told us or asked us the question of, should wrestling become more realistic? And I go, well, have fun with all your extra gimmick matches and everything else because you wouldn't be able to do that. If you wanted to make
no ladder matches, no Hell in a Cells, no TLCs, no tag team division wouldn't exist.
When you said, I'm sorry, but when you said make wrestling more realistic, I don't know why, but the first thing that came to my mind was Brawl for All.
Yeah.
Yes. And guess what? That is a critical fucking failure that ended two careers in one little show. Two careers in one show ended. Bart Gunn completely. His career in WWE was dead, even though he's from fucking New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
He's gone.
Yeah.
And same goes with fucking Dr. Death Steve Williams, completely dead in the water. He doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. And look, here's another thing I want to point out. You can have your universe be realistic to that universe. Here's a perfect example. We'll use our show for example. We have a fucking cyborg in our show. We have a cyborg in our show. Okay? And we were able to take that and make it real and keep it under the kayfabe and make you immersed in the reality. That's all I want at the end of the day. But when you do shit like what Randy Orton's doing, and essentially just say, leg slap. That's what you guys do. It's just a bunch of leg slaps for super kicks.
And all Orton does
is stop
20-minute headlocks.
Dude, I said this about FTR. I will say it about Randy Orton. Stop pulling the curtain back of the story you're trying to tell. It does nobody any favors. I swear wrestling's the only one that does this. Like, could you imagine if you watched Avengers Endgame and when Robert Downey Jr. freaking dies, spoiler alert by the way, in the fucking Avengers movie in Endgame, he just goes and looks at the camera and is like, "Oh yeah, guys, by the way, I'm not actually dead. Don't worry."
It's called creating the illusion.
Yeah.
Make for a funny blooper, but
basically trying to create misdirection.
You want to release let people enjoy the behind the scenes and like bloopers and stuff like later on. Then you could do that. I have no problem with that. I'd wait a couple months and wait for the story to simmer. That's fine. But doing this shit when you're that fresh off a pay-per-view or a storyline and all that shit, especially if you're just butthurt because they put on a better show than you, does nobody any favors. It doesn't gain more viewers for Raw or SmackDown. It damn sure doesn't gain any for NXT because you're just doing it strictly to take viewers away. No one wins there.
Let me ask you a question. When was the last time Orton was ever in the main event scene?
Well, I mean,
God.
In fairness, I don't think he cares about that because he's made his money. I think right now he's kind of comfortable where he is.
No, I know, but I'm just asking the question. When was the last time he was in the main event scene?
And it actually meant anything?
That actually meant anything. When was the last time that this person who cares about story and cares about specific wrestling ever put on, in the last 10 years, a match that's above 4-star quality?
I think.
Damn, you're asking really thoughtful.
You would have to go
question
back.
here.
You would have to go back to the last Cena match, probably.
But think about it.
And I'm not talking about the later iterations. Those don't fucking count. I'm talking about.
I'm talking about from
I
now.
think it was Breaking Point. It would have been Breaking Point. I could be no.
Bragging rights.
Bragging rights. Thank you. Yeah, Bragging Rights 09 would have been the last time he was in a main
God
event.
damn.
Here's the problem, though. I said in the last 10 years.
Which is a hell of a match.
That's 11 years ago, though.
Yeah, so nothing.
Nothing. He hasn't had anything above a 4-star quality
Actually, even though it wasn't technically main event, if we're going by, it felt like a main event rules, him and Christian. Those matches fucking ruled. I love those matches. So probably that. Other than that, nothing.
I'm just putting it in a formatted perspective. If somebody wants to sit there and say, I think that you're wrong, you have every right to, just prove that I am.
It's all a matter of opinion, and that's the problem. Don't let opinion get in the way of business here. That's the problem I have here.
No, I'm just asking the question to the audience. Prove that I'm wrong. Yeah. When was the last time, if you're going to say, well, what about that awesome spot he had with Seth Rollins where he did the catch from the fucking stomp?
Sure.
That's a moment, but that's not a match. The whole match up to that point was boring. It takes one...
you know what? I will say that I'll actually count that only because the build was fucking awesome. That was the most personality Randy Orton's shown since...
And when did that happen?
What was it, like 2007-ish, or maybe 6?
The only thing I remember from Orton in this one particular spot that was actually memorable, it's when Evan Bourne does his move off the top rope, and he caught that in the RKO. I think that was like a spectacular moment, but other than that, I think that's what he's mainly used for, just for creating the moment
Yeah, he's used for the RKO out of nowhere meme. That's what he's used for.
And that's it.
And that's sad, by the way.
Honestly, get rid of that. Get rid of that completely. Get rid of that. The fact that he has a finisher that can appear out of nowhere. Besides that, what is Orton as a wrestler?
Well, I would love to continue on that, but we're running short on time, and I want to finish this.
So I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna
next level.
Hold on. What? Go.
Okay, I'll end it with this then. If somebody can show me proof, physical proof that Orton has had and has been determined by other people that he has had a fucking higher than a 3.5-star match over the past 10 years, I'll take back my fucking comment.
Fair enough.
I need video and physical proof. I can't just be like, well, he did this one thing. I mean, a whole match. I need a.
Let's continue. Let's continue before we run short on time.
To the next level, and even called out a fan who tweeted, "I heard Backlash will be terrible," quote replying them saying, "Yeah, who said? It's a week from now, you mark." Hashtag.
You don't.
That's another thing.
Why
greatest
was one of the
wrestling
fans?
match ever. So everything we've seen
for the love
in
of
this
God,
company.
for the love of God, just because people are shitting on whatever storyline you're doing, don't respond to them like this. Because then you just make yourself look bad.
You just look like an idiot, okay? At the end of the day, you just look like a dumb, stupid fucking idiot who is such a hot-headed moron that there's no point of hiring him.
Weirdly, even Randy's wife got involved, asking her husband about Ciampa. Isn't that the same guy who took credit for all those great matches that he didn't put together?
Which, by the way, yes, he did, you fucking idiot wife. I get you're defending your husband, but at least do your research. And by the way, it's impossible to even do your research, because how can you prove that claim? Can anybody tell me how this fucking bitch can prove that claim?
Well, James, I can answer that question very simply. She literally cannot.
Thank you.
Which I'm still not sure what she's trying to say. Is Randy's wife putting together Ciampa's matches? But because the WWE locker room is actually a sauna made of gasoline-soaked wood with faulty electrical equipment lying around, Ciampa and Orton's heat has caught fire in a big way, drawing the eye of Sauron himself, WWE Chairman Vince McMahon. Brian Alvarez is reporting on Wrestling Observer Live that there are no plans for Ciampa versus Orton in WWE, and them building to a match without backstage sign-off has annoyed McMahon. One of Vince's biggest rules is that wrestlers aren't allowed to publicly build matches that WWE don't have any plans for.
No shit.
This is why Vince famously flipped out at Brock Lesnar and Steve Austin for them teasing a match on the Stone Cold podcast back in 2015, and also why Seth Rollins was banned from mentioning CM Punk's name during their online feud back in November. I know what you're thinking, but
and by the way, that's not even the worst part about it. Now they're also hypocrites because they do that almost every weekend. They advertise matches that they don't actually follow through on recently, but that's beside the point. If you're building a feud, a long straight program, yeah, I could see where that would piss anybody off. That pissed Tony Khan off. That pissed me off. You know, I'm sure that pissed Ryan Waters off over at Top Rope. I think he still runs Top Rope as a manager. That would piss anybody off. Don't do that.
And we wonder why.
Like, fuck me.
I'll give Vince McMahon all the shit all day long, but I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I agree with him.
Yeah, he's
when
right.
You have shitty, stupid, fucking nonsense arguments about a point of view.
Yeah.
What is the point of that?
Not to mention, by the way, notice Ciampa made that one comment. He made that one comment. Orton made like what? 4 or 5, and then Orton's wife too. So that makes what? 6 tweets.
So hard to catch clout. It's ridiculous,
dude. Fucking hell!
All he's gonna catch at this point is a case.
He's gonna catch. If his wife's involved, maybe he'll catch chlamydia.
I mean, what?
Whoa! Whoa! We're gonna get censorship. ECMA. Oh no.
Black bargain.
Oh no. Neil Druckmann all over again. It's just now. It's Randy Orton. Oh God.
Let them come. I have no fear. Oh, and if Orton really does want to beat my ass, go right ahead, brother. I will knock you clean the fuck out faster than fucking JBL got his ass knocked out by a commentator.
Yeah. Let's move on to something happier, which is a really, really, really cool video package. Let me get this ready. So, Mr. Ethan Carter III is going back to his roots, at least for now, and is going back to TNA Impact under a whole new gimmick. And this
3EC.
No, it's still EC3.
Damn it!
But this has got me intrigued. I like the video production in this as well. I don't know what Impact's done since I stopped watching, but their video editing has improved drastically with this one promo package for EC3. Let's take a look.
Breaking news from the world of professional wrestling. Over 20-plus superstars were released from their contracts amidst the ongoing global pandemic. Their fate currently remains unknown. We will be closely monitoring the situation, and we wish them all the best in their future endeavors.
Yeah.
Quick thing.
Go.
Why does he look like he belongs in the fucking season 2 of The Punisher as one of the villains?
Might be a new gimmick of his, probably. Maybe that's the same situation.
Mike, here's a better question. Why does he look like that he's making a video called The Awakening?
You know, that's actually a fair point, you know. That's actually a fair point.
Oh, boy.
I think, well, it's definitely much better edited than The Awakening was. But
let's be honest about that. And here's my question. Why is he not fighting Sean Spears?
Well, because he's an Impact.
Like an idiot.
Yeah.
Well, no, look, at the end of the day, it depends, because...
Hey, do whatever the hell he wants to be happy. I'm not fucking judging him on that.
Well, I mean, I think they're giving him more money than he was getting with main roster, believe it or not. I don't know what's been going on where, Don Callis has been getting all this fucking extra money lying around, but yeah, I guess they're offering him a contract where he's going back to Impact. I don't know if maybe it's just less money, but but it's like a lesser schedule, so that equates to like more money if you break it down. I don't know, but I know he's back.
I have a better question, and here's a what is the difference between him in this gimmick than what we've already seen prior?
I think he's just changed gimmicks entirely.
Besides the fact that he grew facial hair.
Well, he also shaved his head. Like, his whole, movie star hair is, gone. He shaved it completely.
So he's trying to be Steve Austin?
I don't know if he's trying to be Steve. I know he's trying to change gimmick, though. That much I got out of it. Like, he's not going back to the old, trouble, gimmick. He's not going back to that. I assume he's going to be almost like a mix of what Brody Lee is, but also kind of like a lone wolf kind of character. Like, where he's trying to just basically say, fuck this, I'm going to be my own guy, and nobody's going to stop me from getting to the top kind of thing. So, in a way, it's kind of like Austin, but I don't think it's, trying to be Austin. I don't think that's the intent behind it.
It's probably not trying to be Austin, but...
But very much inspired by Austin.
it's kind of obvious that he took some pointers from one of the greatest fucking athletes of all time. Which, by the way, I would recommend his show.
If he wasn't going to Impact,
Got the
I would
chance
have
to watch
seen this
that
dude,
finally.
like,
It's
maybe
fucking awesome.
in the coming years, he would come to AEW and be
Stone Cold finally has his own, not just podcast, but his own actual show, which is fucking sick.
All right, hold on. I don't know why two of you talked at the same time, but Nikos, what were you saying? Like towards the end?
Yeah, sorry, I had poor connection, but I was saying if he didn't go to Impact, I would have definitely seen him in AEW and trying to slowly work his way to bring down the Dark Order.
Yeah, I could have seen that. I definitely could have seen that. Where the hell did Mike go?
I think
there he is.
he's back.
All right,
Yeah, that was weird.
Did you hear everybody now?
I can hear everybody now. It's just everybody froze, and I went, "Oh, okay. Well, that's a good new feature that Skype has."
Yeah, Skype was always shit.
Anyway, what I was going to say is, I started watching the Stone Cold reality show that he just started.
Oh, I heard about that.
It's fucking brutal.
Fair enough. I bet
it's brutal, dude.
But yeah, no. Everybody excited for Ethan Carter III to be here.
I'm very happy to see him back. He's a hell of a heel when he's allowed to cut loose, and he's cut some of the greatest heel promos in the past 15 years.
I agree.
I very much look forward to seeing what he does with his second run,
that's for sure. He was like the big star of Impact for sure.
Because he was the Mark Young before Mark Young was ever a thing.
Before MJF was ever a thing too.
Yep.
For fuck's sake, Dad. I know. Goddamn. All right, so I'm gonna cut that, I guess. All right, so we are going to finally finish we're gonna finish it off with two topics. One's gonna be NASCAR, and NASCAR provided a statement here, and I have it up right now. So, NASCAR is banning the presence of the Confederate flag at NASCAR events, and that is because it runs contrary to their commitments to providing a welcoming and inclusive environment for all fans, our competitors, and our industry. Bringing people together around a love for racing and the community that it creates is what makes our fans and sport special. The display of the Confederate flag will be prohibited from all NASCAR events and properties. Can we get a round of applause?
Well, I'm actually kind of sad now. I can't play Spot the Bigot at NASCAR anymore.
Casey, you'll be able to find him. Don't worry. It literally will take you about 10, maybe 15 extra minutes now.
Yeah.
You just have to look and go, "Oh, he's with his sister. He's with his sister."
That's true. That's very true. I'm just gonna cover the camera now. So, what do we think of that? Do we think that's a good thing or a bad thing? Because I
say it's a good thing.
I say it's a good thing. Like,
I think it's a long time coming. I think that they should have done this years ago.
Look, at the end of the day, I get the whole you should be able to express yourself and freedom of speech. That means everybody should be able to, and they shouldn't just have racist, tendencies. Because look, I get the whole historical factor to it, and I'm sure you can spin it around like, oh, it was from. What about the Dukes of Hazzard movies? That's the only reason why I haven't, and I'm sure it is. But it has a really strong racial connotation to it, and some people are just plain racist because of it. That's the only reason they even have it, is because they believe in that crap.
Hey, as I've said before, we're all a little bit racist. We just don't realize it.
Yeah, well, let's try to change that as best as we can.
But I've been saying it for years. It's like, yeah, everybody is a little bit, whether they want to admit it or not. We all have our own ideologies and beliefs, no matter how hard we are attempting to get rid of them.
Yep.
But to sit there and say, well, this part of history never happened, or it has a double.
No, it absolutely happened. That's what we got to learn and change from it, which sadly we haven't done. And that's kind of why the reason why everything happened now. And I'm glad NASCAR, is banning that, flag. I'm hoping more sports do it in the future. I don't think any other sports have that problem though.
I was gonna say I don't think that's a problem for many other sports.
Yeah.
But when
some NASCAR drivers actually have some strong opinions about it. Like, who's that NASCAR driver that was against the whole thing, who had 0 wins under his belt?
I don't.
Well, I mean, there was that one NASCAR driver that we did talk about that had to say the N-word because of the fact that he's an idiot.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say the first driver that comes to mind would have probably been Kyle Larson.
Oh, that's his name. I almost called him dumb bigot moron, but that also works too.
You're not wrong. So, I mean,
good on NASCAR for this.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
better late than never,
Yeah, there you go.
And to smoothly glide into our last topic.
Yeah,
good on
sport that
Amanda
doesn't have the
Nunes.
Confederate flag, the UFC.
Good on Amanda Nunes for what she has recently accomplished.
Yep, Amanda Nunes became the first MMA fighter in history to defend 2 different weight class titles while holding them, defeating Felicia Spencer in dominant fashion. By the way, yes, very much, exactly. Mike, we can now say bye, Felicia. Bro.
But does that mean I have to stop saying goodbye, Karen?
No, you can if you want.
So I've seen a lot of UFC fighters. I not as much as Mike has, but I've seen my fair share. And we recently just talked about John Jones and how Dana White called him the greatest of all time. And I think his opinion has now changed after Amanda Nunes' performance. My God, I've never seen so many different styles of martial arts used in one goddamn MMA match than I saw with Amanda Nunes. I swear to God, she used sambo, she used wrestling maneuvers, she used like karate kicks.
Are you saying that she used a mix of martial arts?
Dude, I'm not even not only do a mix. Like, she mastered mixed martial arts. That's how good she is. Like, I've never seen... like, it was one-sided. The whole fight.
Which probably... I have not seen this fight. I would imagine it did not last long.
No, believe it or not, it lasted the full distance because freaking Felicia Spencer's tough as goddamn nails. The problem was, everything she tried to do, Amanda Nunes had a counter for. Every fucking move. And even the shots that did land, she had an iron chin and just didn't get affected by it. Like, at all. Like, she just stood there. Barely got a scratch right up above here. And then maybe...
Menacingly!
That's it. Like, she dominated this fight. Dominated this fight.
It was very good.
It was...
Now, was this at UFC 250?
This was UFC 250. This was the main event of UFC 250. I could not believe. Remember, I thought it was like, I wonder if it went to split decision. I can safely tell you it was unanimous decisions, all 5 rounds. All 5 fucking rounds.
Most matches they got up to like what, first rounds? That was
Yeah,
the first, but this one got up to 5.
Yeah.
They're pretty tough.
Amanda Nunes went the distance, and Felicia Spencer is to be credited for that because she should have been done a ton of times, but she just kept going and going, and you know, freaking and the only by the way, she even said, Amanda Nunes said, I don't need look, I could have finished her anytime I wanted, but the reason and look, credit to her, but there would have been a doctor stoppage if you fight the way I usually fight. The only reason I didn't was because everybody kept telling me, well, I can't go to distance. I'm not a 5-round championship fighter. Well, guess what? I just proved that I'm a 5-round championship fighter, and I barely broke a sweat doing it. And by the way, when I tell you she's a championship fighter, she did not huff and puff one fucking round. And she was on her feet for most of that time. She got like 7 takedowns, and the rest of it was standing and sublime fucking striking. Like, we're talking Bruce Lee level shit. I've never seen anything so crisp and so perfect in an octagon.
Well, you could tell that she's trained her entire life to get where she is right now.
Oh, 100%. There's no doubt about it. There's a reason she beat Chris Cyborg. There's a reason now. Like, she has evolved into one of I feel like she is the greatest of all time, at least UFC wise. Because John Jones, we've already talked about him ad nauseum. I don't need to go into that. And then I think the other one would be Anderson Silva, and that's just by record of wins. And I even say, and I've made my point of, like, if you can master all the martial arts that you can, I respect that. And that's why I respect Conor McGregor, even though he's not one of the greatest, but she is a workhorse and she's mastered it. So I think she's even above Silva and Jones in that category. She may very well be the greatest of all time.
She's one of the greatest.
Opinion, but I genuinely say you gotta watch this fight. I've never seen such a dominant.
James, I did see this fight.
Dude, it was nuts, right? I'm not the only one.
Hear me out. She's very good. She is very, very good.
Yeah.
But she needs more defenses under her fucking title, or under those 2 titles, to be called the greatest.
If she can do that, then she can be
absolutely.
So how many defenses we talking? Because I think that she has 2 successful defenses holding both those belts.
255.
Well, here's the thing, actually.
No.
You want to know something? I disagree with that. While she hasn't had the belt for as long as you think, the reason why is because she worked her ass off to clear out the whole division to get to the belt. So every fight that she had was to get to that belt. And then she had the belt, and she only had, 3 opponents left at that point. In both divisions, by the way. Joe Rogan said, she cleared up both divisions. There's no other women that's going to attack her or challenge her at that level right now. No one's going to do it.
That's why I'm saying she needs to hold it for a little while longer. Then I have no problem saying.
I guarantee you, dude, that's not going to be a problem. I think that's going to be a cakewalk for her. I think she's too good.
That's why I'm saying 255, absolutely.
Now, when you say 255, you mean UFC 255?
I don't think it was 255. You got to remember, women have a different body structure than men do.
Oh, dumbass! UFC number 2.
Oh, 255. Okay. Yeah. That's
for fuck's sake!
I thought you meant weight. I didn't know what you were talking about.
255 pounds.
I don't know. I didn't know. I thought you were talking about weight. My bad.
You literally said UFC 250, and I went, yeah, and then she has to hold her for 5 more, and then I have no problem saying that.
Yeah, all right, yeah, fair enough.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, here's the problem. She's not going to main event every card, especially if she has no challengers right now.
Oh, agreed. I'm not saying that, but what I'm trying to say is that if she holds it for 5 more of these, even if she
you know what? She has to hold it all. She has to hold both belts all the way up to 260 then, because then, by your logic, that would have been she has to have 5 defenses more on the bantam. Is it the bantamweight title for the women? I don't know. I think it is. She has to hold 5 more for the first title, and then 5 more for the second.
Because you can't have 2 fights in one night.
Yeah, obviously.
No, that would be.
I wonder though. That would be the ultimate test if she could do that. I know that wouldn't be. I know USADA would never legalize that, but if there was ever a freak show moment for the UFC to capitalize on, it'd be that. That would be the ultimate test. If she could do that and win and retain both titles in one night, I don't think we need to. I don't think we need to wait 5 more fights.
James, the reason why I say that would be physically impossible is the fact that would never get regulated. Especially if she was busted, especially if she was busted open and was hurt.
Yeah.
It's no, you can't continue. She can't continue. And that's the whole thing. She may have conquered the women's division of its whole right now, but
I think she conquered 2 out of the 3, but technically it's the 2 that matter because the flyweight division's relatively new in the women's.
Yes.
on the women's side.
What I'm trying to say is if she is able to conquer 2 divisions all the way through right now, you don't know who you could sign in the next 5 fucking one of these that could beat her. And if you're able to beat her with even just for one of her titles, even a single victory, you deserve a shit ton of respect.
Yeah, fair enough.
She's a very good fighter, but I only give the title of greatest to those that have absolutely deserved it. And she will. And I'm not saying that she doesn't deserve it.
I think she's going to with time for sure.
She doesn't deserve it yet.
I don't know, man. It's just I'd never seen a flawless performance that in a very long time like that.
Oh, it's probably very good, but what I'm trying to say is don't hatch all your fucking chicks before you know you have dinner.
Well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, as far as dominant performances, she's definitely gonna. I think there's not gonna be a problem. She'll definitely beat Silva, and she'll definitely beat Jones. That's without saying.
Oh, probably. But when it comes to being one of the most impressive females, she is one of the greatest female fighters of all time.
Dude, I think she's better than Rousey. Honestly, Rousey was a machine back in her day.
But Rousey was there during a different time. There weren't that many female competitors.
She was the original.
She was the OG, but I don't know, man. Like, there's a lot more talented fighters now, and that on both divisions she's a part of. She cleared out both of them.
Agreed, and I'm not denying that factor. I'm saying all I'm trying to say is that there will always be that one fucking opponent that will be able to beat you. Whether it's right now or in the future, there will always be that one. The one that will topple you.
Daniel Cormier said it best that it's gonna take a
hell of a woman to knock her off.
Yeah, and it's probably gonna be one of the women she's fought in the past, but it's gonna have to be one of those women to dethrone her, 100%. It's gonna have to be one of those women. But yeah, no, congratulations to Amanda Nunes, man. She made history that night. She's the first woman to ever do anything to what she did, because I think Jones did it, but he didn't defend one of the belts and had to vacate it. Connor also had to do the same thing. She's the only woman to defend two belts in 2 different fights in 2 different weight classes. So that's definitely to be commended. And also congratulations on her baby coming up. She's having a baby. So that's cool. That's
Nice.
definitely very, very cool.
Wholesome.
It's a hell of a way to celebrate after being, baby is going to be...
Hey, I like knocking women out, so guess what I'm going to knock out next? Being a mom. Yes, I said that because it was super gay.
The baby's born. The baby beats the shit out of her and
Mike,
claims the title for
Mike,
herself.
what are you... Guys, you're making me cringe. You're gonna make me lose subscribers. What are you doing?
What
James, reverse psychology.
All
That's
you
how
have
gain more
subscribed to you is,
subscribers.
dude. All you have subscribed to you is 3,500 bots. Shut up.
Hey, listen, it's still an audience.
Don't tell them that he has bots. Shh.
By the way, they're not bots.
No.
What are you talking about? They're not bots.
Shh. James, don't let anybody know. It's so smart. And then
not bots, though.
WIW
It's not bots. It's not bots.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming on to the podcast tonight. We hope you really did enjoy.
Yes, if you enjoyed this podcast, make sure you leave a like down below. Make sure you leave a comment above the recommended videos. Make sure you hit that subscribe bell and turn on post notifications. And please follow me on Twitter at jhubertside95 to get notified when I upload and we go live with the premiere, because apparently YouTube's notification system kind of sucks now. So,
And
let's be honest.
and I guarantee you, Twitter's is next.
Yeah, true.
Yep.
Dude, it's already happened. I don't get notifications on Twitter till like 2 days later. I'm like, oh, I'm fucking sad that I missed this whole conversation. That would have been nice for me to join up in.
Better late than never, I guess.
We need a bot. That's what we need. We need a bot that can give a
It all comes back to bots.
We need a bot that gives the notification flawlessly, so that way fans of the show can get the bot's notification.
It all comes back to bots.
Don't give
robots.
James any ideas.
Wait, Nikos, what were you saying? I can't hear your whispers.
Don't give James any ideas.
Shut up. Anyway, listen. If you guys like this video, make sure you leave a comment. Tell us what you liked about today's podcast, either in the comment section down below if you're watching this on delay, or in the live chat. Also, subscribe to Martin. There, I said it. And follow him on Twitter. He's probably going to be in the chat with us. There you go. Make sure you do that. He's on
Hey,
and
Martin.
he's our first real fan, so definitely give him some love.
Hey, Martin, do the fucking channel thing, stupido. It doesn't take that much to do. YouTube.com/user, and then putting your channel in there. If I have to watch that same video one more time, I will fist fuck a donkey. I'll do it.
That escalated quickly. And on that note, good night, everybody.
We love it when a plan comes together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why a fucking donkey?
Leave
Olé.
my parents out of this.
Oh, wait, Son of the Shepherd. That makes sense.
Actually, no, they wouldn't be my parents, though. No. Leave my automobile alone.